Very good. Throughout the realms of late, ill whispers can be heard wailing upon the wind, the return of a dark power thought to be long dead. They speak of a land cloaked in mists eternal, where the sun remains shrouded forevermore. The current date is Eillena 15th, 1499, the year of the Desperate Gambit. It has been 5 years since the event known as the Tearing of the Weave has transpired, during which portals were wrought around Toril, spewing forth strange creatures from foreign worlds or absconding with entire towns to unknown destinations. In the aftermath of such a cataclysm, life has, through no simple means, returned to a semblance of its former self for the residents of Faerun. We turn our attention to the great city of Waterdeep and its residents, who 5 years prior were luckier than most during the tearing to avoid the brunt of the chaos. However, not lucky enough to avoid having their city gripped by the fear of a mass murderer stalking the streets. This incident has since been concluded by a small group of unlikely allies. We will now peek in on the PI allotted as a hero for catching the serial killer. Okay, good. Go away. Very good. We find ourselves in what I assume would be a little modest office for
PI.
He's gone.
Did he just fucking die?
Morgan grounded him.
How unprofessional.
I didn't think he'd do it in the middle of the exposition.
Hey, what?
A Morgan.
Did a Moorhead
That
do that?
son of a bitch!
Looking Groban.
Let me check the audit log real quick.
I'm gonna kill him! I'm gonna fucking kill him!
I was just being an ass. I didn't think you would do it. Then,
Alright. So yeah, we find ourselves in a little modest office, that of a private investigator. With the frosted window, and it says PI Inigo von Schrödinger. What do you mean who? That's the name of his character. You fucking shut your mouth if you're gonna say something stupid.
I thought he said ooh.
Oh, I thought he said who. I heard who. Alright. Point is, you
Feet
see
up
the
on
glass,
the desk. I'm drinking
right?
from my bottle of Boundless coffee.
Yes, he's just constantly consuming coffee. Inigo, you would hear a knock on the door.
Oh. Alright. Guess good things have to come to an end. Set my coffee down and go over to the door. Open it.
All right, you open the door, and it's it's your halfling secretary. His name's Billy.
Billy?
And he goes, hey boss,
Yeah, Billy?
I got a letter for you. It looks all real fancy, like it's from one of them rich folks. Here you go.
Oh, maybe it's a case for one of them. Could actually get some decent money flow and replace that rotting floorboard.
Yeah, I need more money for cheese and cigarettes.
Look, we talked about your cheese addiction. It's not healthy.
Doesn't mean I'll stop. Nope, doesn't mean I'll stop. Can't make me.
At least lay off the cheese.
Okay, but I can keep the cigarettes.
That's an actual Faerun cheese. That's very.
it's a type of. Yeah.
It's a drug for halflings.
He's like, I don't know, maybe. We'll see. Still need the cigarettes though. Still need them.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, and also this came, and he turns back around, takes a few steps over to like his little desk, which is super dinky. Like you 100% skipped on his secretarial area of your office.
I mean, I probably just stole a desk from a. Not steal. I bought it off of like a little child's school closing or whatever.
Yeah, he's got like one of those. It almost looks like an edible arrangements, but with like obviously popular fruit in like in the area, like whatever's like really popular for Waterdeep. And there's just like a little thank you card with it, with like a lipstick lip kiss mark on it, from an Elizabeth for like you helping find her cat or something like that.
Oh, why did they got to do that?
I don't know, boss. You're a bit of a looker.
Yeah, I suppose. But still, it's unhygienic.
I already took the apple slices off, by the way, and ate them.
Thanks.
He'll just turn around and go back over to his desk, and you hear as he sits down in the chair, it like creaks really loud, and you think almost like it's about to snap, but it doesn't.
He's a fat halfling.
Yeah, he's fat. Yes.
I'll take the package and the letter into my office and close the door.
Very well. You would see the wax seal on the letter appears to be that of. Hold on, let me check my notes real quick. I'm gonna get good DM, very prepared. At the page. There we go. It appears to be the seal of the Duchess of Daggerford.
I haven't been down there in a while. Open it.
Essentially, the letter states that the Duchess Morwen is having guests for dinner and that you are invited, and that there is a matter in which she needs your services to resolve, as you do.
All right. I wonder what a duchess could need, but it's been quite a while since I've been down there, so it'd be nice to see someone from Daggerford again. But I'll turn my attention to the package.
Very well. Yeah, it's just like I said, edible arrangements. There's not really. There's like some, I don't know. I feel like they'd have like oranges and bananas and the like. Well, maybe not bananas as much. I feel like that's a little too exotic. But maybe like some pears. Definitely grapes, strawberries, blueberries. It's nice. It's a nice little thing. Some of them are chocolate covered, not all of them.
Billy,
Yeah.
I got a ball I have to go to. Also, got yourself some groceries. Should feed your family for the next week or so.
Oh, okay. Sure.
That's entirely what the package is. Just like food arrangements.
Oh yeah. It's just food
Yeah,
arrangement.
I'm just
Yeah.
giving that to Billy and his family.
Okay.
I am, if nothing but merciful to my employees.
Yeah. Oh, geez, you're the best, boss. Thanks. The wife's gonna love this.
Yeah, make sure. Just just try not to blow all your. Try not to blow your this week's paycheck on all cigarettes and cheese, of course.
Oh no. You know, I got my priorities. You know, gotta get something for the boy. Gotta get something for the wife. Food definitely, and then cheese and cigarettes.
All right.
But mainly cheese and cigarettes.
I'll give him the. I'll kind of like start passing him like a little bank slip that he can like redeem his paycheck at the banking guild. And kind of like start like passing it to him, and as he reaches up, I'll like lift it up and I give him a side eye like, don't blow it.
All right, I won't.
Then I let him take it.
He just kind of like does like a little hop and takes it from you.
I grab my trench coat and start making my way to where I have to go.
Alrighty, very well, very well. It'll be a little bit of a trip, but we'll We'll cut over to. Well, let's see. This one ought to be funny. We cut over to Bean. Quick, what's one of the jails in Waterdeep?
Let me open my notes.
Okay,
Very
good. The
bad.
coffee still dispenses coffee.
Very good.
If I roll a 1, it stops dispensing coffee for an hour.
Oh, that's very unfortunate, especially like when you need your fix. I can look it up real quick.
It's
Was it just the prison of Waterdeep?
I mean, like, how much trouble is he in?
Mm.
Because there's like the Tower of Order is where y'all went for the guy that was in jail for the frost bomb.
Oh, that's big time crime. Let's go more like
He
petty.
pickpocketed someone.
yeah, something like that. Something like he pickpocketed or you know. Wonder if they have any rules against public intoxication.
I have the code legal somewhere. Actually, there is. Yeah, I remember there is. I can tell you what the fine is for it. Yeah, I don't think there is like other jails. I think it's just like
Alright.
the guard stations would have cells.
Alright, so we cut over to a guard station on the south side of the city. And inside we have we got a funny tiefling man. Damn, I should have had you describe Inigo. I'm so sorry.
Oh, very pale, steel blue eyes, brown hair, kind of slicked back into, yeah, just basically what the icon looks like. Wears brown clothing and a brown trench coat, but under he has like a sort of like a monk robe under his vest.
Okay. So then we cut over to this little guard post. And sitting in a cell. Tom, if you would describe your character.
In the cell, you see a gray tiefling with black hair and red eyes. He's just eyeing everything around him currently, trying to see if he can get an opportunity to just break out.
Okay. And as you're standing there, eyes darting all around, you would hear from down the hall the door open and several sets of footsteps start heading in your direction down like the line towards your cell. And it's a little bit dark in here, but I say it's like midday, but you know there's not a lot of lighting. You just have like a really small like 2-bar window, and you're not in like a favorable position to be getting any sunbeams through that window. Um, and you'd watch as two guards that you're very familiar with, Jorik and this other one named Cass. They're just kind of walking on down, and oh, looks like he's awake. So Kai, how you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling great, Jorg. How's your family doing? How are they feeling?
Ah, well, you know, the wife's pissed that I have to work such long hours, but it's for the good of the people.
Jesus. I tell you what, you work too hard, Jorg. If you let me out, you won't have to work anymore.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
Like it? I'd love it. Look at the sunshine outside. I can barely see it. I know you felt it though. I bet that feels great. We help each other out. You go home, and then I feel the sunshine.
You know, I'd ask you what's in it for me, but I know you don't got nothing to give.
Ooh.
You don't know that. I could have something in my pocket.
You better not have something in your pocket. I made sure Cass searched you 3 times. Cass, did he have anything in his pocket? No, sir. I promise. I swear there was nothing in his pockets.
I feel something tingling and jingling in my pocket.
You just want me to open this door, don't you?
What do you mean?
You're lucky though. That's actually what I'm here to do.
Oh,
Seems like someone paid your bail.
somebody paid my bill.
That's right.
I mean,
The
yeah,
first time for everything.
Of course somebody paid my bill. Of course.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you didn't expect it either.
Mm. Do you
There's
know who
some
it is?
butler.
A butler.
Never seen him before in my life. Says he works for some posh noble lady.
Oh Jesus. Okay. I mean, yeah, obviously, yeah. They owe me a favor.
Do they now?
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm. He'll take out a ring of keys, very, very big, heavy, many, many keys on it, and he starts slowly sorting through them until eventually he gets to the one and unlocks your cell and swings the door on open. Come on.
He just starts walking out. Um. Well, it's been fun. Same time next week.
Knowing you, probably.
He heads towards the door.
All right, yeah, they'll sort of like flanking you, walk you towards the sort of like actual like guard post area where people come in and like make their reports and whatnot. And there's like these little missives and like the sort of like community flyers, like picnic on the stuff like that. And you see this older gentleman standing there, just kind of like seemingly awaiting your arrival, dressed very much like a butler. He appears to be, oh god, like in his 80s, but despite that he looks like he's doing really well for an 80-year-old man. Like he looks like he could knock your block off if you fucked with him.
Yeah. So, good day to you, old sir.
Good
Um.
day to you, sir.
I'm trying to find out who paid my bill. You know anybody?
Are you Kymeros?
What's it to you?
I see. The Lady Morwen of Daggerford has humbly requested your presence there for a dinner. You have been invited. She said that you would remember her niece, Lorraine.
Do I? Do I remember Lorraine? Hmm. Well, I suppose a free dinner doesn't hurt to go to. Well, lead the way.
Very well. Aren't you going to retrieve your effects first?
Sure, sure. Uh, boys, where is my stuff?
Cass would kind of like walk on over with a bundle of your stuff.
All 2 copper coins.
Yeah, you would find like the exact number of silver pieces and copper coins that I said you had, and then you would watch as he would take exactly 5 of those off of the pile and go, you know the drill. This is the fee for you getting locked up.
Oh my god, you do this every time. Don't you think you've taken enough from me?
Don't you think you've gotten yourself thrown in here enough times?
Listen, alright? I have a living that I need to do, okay? There's stuff that just happens, and I always wind up on the wrong side of it. That's just how it goes.
So, like you and everyone else in this place, somehow it wasn't your fault and that you don't belong here?
The upside is I'm out. And they're
Yep,
not.
sure. See you next week, I guess.
Can we go now? I don't want to be here anymore.
Oh, why, of course, good sir. And he will lead you out
Very good.
to where you'll find waiting in the street a carriage. Nice, like it's fancy. It's not like super fancy where it's like like a king or something sent for you, but
Yeah.
nice enough. You got like the padded seats inside. It almost seems like it might be like velvet or something like that. Nice horse-drawn carriage.
Nice. So, Mr. Butler, am I?
Reginald.
Oh, Mr. Reginald. All right. Am I to believe that I have a debt I need to fulfill now? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I have a lot of debts that need to be fulfilled.
The lady said that your being freed was her way of apologizing for her niece's overreaction at that ball a number of years ago. A slight that she has been meaning to correct for a number of years.
That was so long ago.
Yes, but when it comes to nobility, their memory is as long as their pockets are deep.
See, so I just don't understand the timing of it now, though. If I'm being honest.
Oh, there were other reasons for the dinner, and she simply wished to make amends while she was at it.
How far are we from this? Is it a house? Is it a mansion? Is it what are we looking at?
You would be heading to Daggerford, which how far was Daggerford away again? It's not a full week, right? It's like
You're in a carriage, so probably like half of a 10-day, 5 days.
yeah, so 5 days. So it's, about half a 10 day. Will have arrived. Um, Unless there is something else that you need to handle in the city before we depart.
No, absolutely
Then
not.
please enter, good sir, and he'll open the carriage for you to head in.
Sure, and yeah, I just head in.
Alrighty. Yeah, you step in, he steps in with you, closes the thing, and the driver and the horses set off. And now you're on your way. And then we will cut
It's only
over.
2 days.
Oh, it's only 2 days.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
it's
okay.
5 days on foot is what I was thinking of.
Unless
So I
Oh,
mean,
you're a
by
alright.
carriage,
monk.
it's probably
You can
And
get
you're
there in an
just
hour.
sprinting the whole time. All right. And then I will cut over to uh, Eillena. Which would you be home or would you be out doing your work, so to speak?
uh I'd probably be home or like around home.
Okay. All right. Um, not incredibly far from the city of Waterdeep, in the nearby woods. We find our way to a nice little cave. Inside of the cave, there are many furnishings. It's very comfortable, cozy looking home, but many of the items seem to be outdated. Some newer, some older, some in between. Uh, Bean, please describe your character to be found in this cave.
You see a middle height elf with bronze or orange skin and orange hair, uh laying down on one of the couches currently with a bottle of nondescript alcohol. So I don't know what it would be.
As you begin to, I'm assuming, awaken in a semi-drunken
Oh no,
haze.
not like passed out, like
Oh,
is
okay.
currently laying there drinking,
Oh,
just
all
sipping
right.
on it every once in a while.
Yeah, in your somewhat buzzed state, you're just sitting, relaxing in your cozy little home, and as you're sitting there, just pondering the questions of life, like why are we here? How did we get here?
Just to suffer.
just to
Why are
suffer.
we here? Just to suffer.
You'd hear what sounds like some clopping outside of your cave entrance.
Like horse feet or what?
Yeah, it sounds. It could be animals. It could be some sort of hoofed animal, not necessarily a horse. But shortly after that, you would also begin hearing like very loud crunching, and then just like the sounds of like someone chewing, but like with their mouth open. Which I don't want to
Um,
do that because I know some people don't like that.
is everything all right out there?
It's good. It's good. Just having an
I'll
apple.
I'll get up and start walking that way, or like walking out to the entrance of the cave.
You'd walk out to the entrance. You'd see like just kind of sitting on the floor, right within like the entryway of the cave to where there would be out of like any potential elements. You recognize your satyr friend, Snacks, and he's just snacking on an apple.
You came again.
Yes, I come.
What's
Uh,
what's what's going on?
well, first, try this. And he hands you like this really fat, juicy looking yellow apple.
Okay. I'll hand him the bottle of whatever the water deep alcohol is that I can't remember.
Very well. Yeah, he'll take a swig, hand it back to you, and just
Okay. I'll
bite into his apple again.
take a bite of the apple.
It is quite delicious, but also incredibly strange. It does not taste like an apple. It tastes it almost tastes like strawberries and cream.
Where, where did you find this?
I go around the wilds sometimes, other times, around here, and I found it. I found it. There was this nice little patch um, of these little bushes, and I thought to myself, I wonder if they have any berries, but they did not. They had these big, juicy apples. And I started eating, and this is very good. So I took a bunch, and you notice like the little like side satchel that he's got is stuffed with like about 10 more of them. And
Did you leave like payment or something?
uh no,
There was probably no offense. It's okay.
yeah, I didn't. I don't think anybody owned it. It you know. Um, yeah. So it's kind of weird. It's been a bit since I've seen you.
Yeah, you haven't been gone this long in a few decades.
Things have been busy in the wilds. Sometimes you got to go and do the importance. You show up before the court, and yeah. But
You
so,
you you were on trial?
oh no, like oh, you are pretty young. You probably never had to do it. You go in front of the court and then they give you like sometimes a job, other times maybe not. Some people don't like it, so they just kind of, stay away from it, live on their own. But yeah, I went to the
Well,
court.
court back home.
Yes, in
Yeah.
the
You
wilds.
you still haven't found a way for me to get back, have you?
Oh, about that. No. I could just kind of do it, but I can't bring you with me. I remember we tried. That was like what, 50 years ago? It
Yeah.
just kind of fizzles out. It doesn't work.
Yeah, I know. We're can't blame me for asking though.
No. And I don't. So I talked to I guess you would how do the people here put it? Like a lord or a noble. Uh, but I just call him Terry. And he said to me that there's like a party happening in Waterdeep, and that old friend of yours, the detective, he's going. You should
Wow.
probably go too. It would be fun.
Yes, maybe I can help him again.
Yes, exactly. Anytime he goes somewhere, he's probably doing something that needs help. No.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. He always gets this look on his face. I can see how much he likes it when I show up.
yes, yes, yes. I don't know the look. I've not seen his face, but you've told me. I think probably. I don't know.
Okay,
No.
when is the party?
It is in a couple of days. If you started going now, you could probably make it in time. Oh, you're probably going to need this. And he starts rummaging around in the pack with with the apples, and he pulls out like a really like crushed up letter with the seal already broken, and he hands it over to you. And you just give that at the gate, and they'll let you in because you're supposed to be there. You were invited. See?
I'll shove the invite and I'll shove the envelope into my bag, but like crumple it up even worse when it goes in.
Nice.
Can I get another one of those apples to give to Inigo?
Yeah, sure, sure. He'll hand you another one, and
Okay.
he'll think about it for a second. He goes, you know, actually take two, and then he'll give you a second one.
Okay.
You would notice too that like over the course of the conversation, in between, like he'd be taking bites of the apple. He eats it from the top
Yeah,
all
I'd
the
be
way
eating.
down.
I'd be continuing the apple.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, no, but
right
like,
through the core.
yeah, like right through the core. Yeah, like top down, just everything. He didn't even pull the stem off either. He just eats it all. Um, but yeah, so listen, this is gonna sound even weirder, but I need a favor from you, okay?
Okay. Yeah, you help me all the time. I'm happy to help you.
All right. There is in the future, there's somebody I need you to find. All right. Uh, his name is a Winter Splinter. All right.
Winter Splinter.
Yeah. So if you hear anything about him, just try and find him. And when you do, tell him that Snacks said hi, and that um. Oh, let me see. Hold on. I had a little thing for this. Uh, that Snacks said hi, and to remember the promise he made.
Okay. Who? What does Winter Splinter look like?
It's been a long while, so I don't remember, but you'll know him when you see him.
Okay.
All right.
Is he
And
going to be at the party?
no, no, this is like later, like
Okay.
after the party.
All right. Writing it down in a notebook that is very full, like writing in the margins.
Okay. Very good. All right. Well, I got to go do my thing. And maybe I'll see you again in the future.
Hope so. Don't try not to stay away as long this time.
Oh yeah, no, no, no. I will definitely be back soon. And he just kind of gets up and hops off into the woods.
Very good. I guess I'll find like uh a squirrel or a bird or something nearby and do speak with animals and ask it if it will like watch over the cave again.
All right. You there's a squirrel nearby, like a red squirrel. It would look oh so twee if it were in a tree. And you ask him to watch over the thing for you, and he says he will. He says sure.
There'll be lots of nuts for you when I come back.
Nuts? I like nuts. Okay, yeah. Lots of nuts. Nuts, acorns too. Yes.
Yes, acorns
Okay.
too.
All right. I'll watch it.
I'll find acorns.
Okay. Yes, please. Okay. And then he just kind of like starts running down the tree towards the cave.
Very good. And I guess I'll start heading back to the road. I'm assuming would be quicker, and then, or what? Like I'll start heading towards the city, but like to the road if that's quicker.
Okay. Yeah. I would say if anything, probably by the time like you make it to the road, that would take you in the direction of the city, but would also technically be the same one that would go to Daggerford. Excuse me. You would see just by like mere chance, you see someone that looks like Inigo walking on the road at like a very brisk pace in the direction of Daggerford.
Inigo, hi, Inigo.
Oh, jeez.
Just like waving.
Not her. Okay.
It's
Eillena, how you doing?
I am good. I'm going to a party, and I was told you going to be there too.
Oh, I didn't know that you were invited to that same party, but yes, Lady Daggerford invited me and supposedly you. Amazed she had your address. I look around looking for like a structure that would be her home.
No, my friend called me. I live in cave over there,
Oh,
back that way, long ways.
you told me you lived in the wilderness, but you live in a cave?
Yes, very nice cave. Lots of furniture. Some of it's a bit old now. It was new when I got it, but 200 years does a lot to couch.
I imagine. Probably whatever magic items that any furniture that you had that was protected via magic when the spell plague hit lost its protection. So
Yeah, I don't know if any of it had that. It might have. Here, have an apple. Fresh from my friend just brought me them when he told me about the party.
I'll take it. Why does it look like a goat's been nibbling on this?
Uh don't worry about that. They got bumped around in my bag probably.
Alright. I'm a huge fan of apples, but I'll eat it.
Do you bite into apple?
Yeah, I'll bite into apple.
Apple tastes like strawberries and cream. It's quite delicious.
Ugh. Oh. Uh,
Good, no?
I don't eat apples too often, but they're not supposed to taste like this. They're supposed to taste like, I don't know, an apple.
Yeah, these don't taste like apples, and they grew on a bush apparently. But they're very good. And I'll start eating the other one.
Does this sound like a kind of fruit that I've heard of or seen before? A bush-based apple?
Make a history check.
Would I remember this from my first
Nope.
before left the wild?
It's been a bit. You make me a history check too. Yeah, Nico, you don't know.
I'll
I know even less.
You know even less.
I'll
It's been
discreet
300 years.
I'll just when she's busy chowing down on the apple and looking the other way, I'll um discreetly hurl the apple as far into the distance as I can see.
Very, very well. Discreetly, humor me. Roll like a sleight of hand or something.
Have a
Yeah,
19 passive.
Oh, he just rockets that bitch out into the fucking like a nearby pasture and just nope, it's gone. Didn't even see it. It seems like he ate his apple really fast though.
Oh, you ate the core too, just like my friend.
Oh,
My other friend.
yeah. Honestly, the core tasted worse than the rest of the apple, but it's been a while since I've had to eat something. Because I've been kind of jogging since Waterdeep.
Oh, well, maybe I keep going with you since we go to the same place.
Yeah, that sounds great. He kind of like has the look of like, oh no. I'm stuck with this
That's
person. She's so
He's so
nice, but
happy.
not all there.
She very much thinks that you just really enjoy her company.
Yep. I'd rather have dinner with Billy's wife, but yeah.
Billy's wife was a good cook. No, so as as you guys continue down the road towards your destination, around the time that you would reach, let me look at a Faerun map real quick. Get that. Where's that? Where's that interactive one? Yeah, give me
I'll
that
post it in
interactive one.
Groban.
I found it. I'm on it. Okay. Oh, hey, I'm like right around where I need to be. Good. Waterdeep. Zoom in. That's Daggerford. That's a bridge.
They added a whole Faerun map now to the website.
The entirety of Faerun?
The entirety of Faerun, not the entirety of Toril. So, yeah, the whole
With
continent.
like Westgate, Baldur's Gate, Waterdeep, and Neverwinter being the only marked locations.
No, there's lots of stuff over in like Thay and all that.
No,
Even.
I mean the interactive part.
Oh,
Oh
yeah,
no,
I think it's new.
Nianzaru is there.
Sorry,
So
go on.
you guys, no, it's right. It's right. You guys would probably by nightfall. I'm imagining. No, actually, sooner than nightfall. You'd pass through Zundbridge or over Zundbridge and like its little surrounding area, and you would see sort of like I guess like as a semi quick cut, Kai, like on your way to Daggerford, the carriage would stop here at Zunbridge to pick some stuff up, and the Reginald would be like, "Oh yeah, go ahead, like have a walk around. It'll be like an hour or so," and by the time you make your way back to the carriage, you're just kind of like standing outside waiting for Reginald. You would see two familiar faces walking down the road in your direction.
One of them jumping and waving at you, probably.
Yeah, at that point, you two would also see the tiefling in the distance, and depending on how good your vision is, which I'm pretty sure both of you have pretty good perception,
Yep.
you'd
The
recognize
19?
Kai. Yeah. So yeah, Eillena, sorry, would definitely be jumping up and down, waving at you.
Oh, looks like he got let off on good behavior or something. Last I heard, he was
Wait, was he
in
in trouble again?
like Eillena. He's in lockup like every other week.
Why didn't he call? Why didn't he send me a message? I would have helped him out.
I don't know. Yeah, I have to ask him. But I try not to make myself super associated with him when he's locked up because it doesn't do great for my reputation. Being a private investigator who's friends with someone who can't stay out of a cell. But when he's out and about, I might say hi to him if I see him. But other than that, I don't go visit him.
I don't think I've seen him since we were all together.
Yep. Lucky him.
In a long time.
But yeah, you say hi to him. I gotta sneak off. Use the restroom. Haven't stopped all day.
Okay, don't go leaving without me.
No, I'll meet up with you guys real quick. Just give me like 10 minutes or so.
Okay. And just go back to shouting Kai and walking that way and running that way.
Yeah, at this point, Kai, you would definitely notice.
He just starts walking the other way. Like it's just like, good time to go this way, this way, this way, this way.
I need to go again.
So, is the butler still with me?
You were waiting for Reginald to return to the carriage. They needed to pick something up before you continued on to Daggerford.
Oh, look at the time. He just gets back in the fucking carriage and slams the door.
Kai! Lena! Wait!
He's just sitting in the carriage.
The carriage goes absolutely nowhere because Reginald is yet to return.
It hasn't been an hour yet.
It's been like 5 minutes.
He attempts to hide.
I imagine I saw him go in the carriage, right?
You did see him go in the carriage. You can attempt to hide inside. You can attempt to hide inside the carriage as you hear the pounding on the carriage door.
Disguise self.
Okay.
Kai,
At that point, the door would like fling open, and you would see. What would you see? What do you look like instead, Kai?
Reginald.
You look like Reginald.
Yes.
You would see and a butler of like his 80s, but like looking like really really fit for his 80s, like where he could be mistaken for like a 60-year-old man, where he like not as ancient looking in the face.
where'd Kai go? I was gonna see why he didn't ask me for help when he was in trouble.
Hello there. I do not know where Kai is.
Can I insight since I just saw Kai get into the carriage?
Sure, yeah, you can.
Do I roll deception?
Of
Yeah.
course you do. You're lying.
I mean,
Yeah, that's Reginald.
I do say so. When I do see him again, I will tell you.
it's a girl.
Madam.
That's her. Are you a boy or a girl?
Yep, Wizard 101 up in this bitch. My eyesight has seemed to fail me. So, what can I do for
Wait, how
you?
they? Well, I was going to offer to pay his bail if he gets in trouble again, but he's not here, I guess.
Oh,
That's when I saw him. Oh well.
well, I'm very sure next time he would really love that. Leave a note. Don't
I mean, I
come.
need to see him.
Don't come.
It's been 5 years.
Has
That's
it
like,
been that long?
I don't know. I mean, that's not that long, I guess.
I
It's
mean,
long for him. I think.
oh yes, he definitely feels that way.
I would say at this point the
Like 5 years for an elf
carriage
isn't as long.
The carriage driver would like return and just see like you talking to what appears to be Reginald, and he's like,
Twins!
hello, Reginald, sir, do you know where Kai is?
Yes, he'll be back soon.
All right,
I need
well,
to find Kai.
the horses are they're getting a little antsy here, and we're gonna have to be setting off soon if we want to try and make it in time, so to speak.
Yes, mount up. We'll be leaving shortly.
All right.
Wait, you're going with Kai?
Um, if you stay right here a second, I will go try to find Kai. Do not look out the window. He
I'm standing outside of the carriage. I don't like
stay
this.
right where you are. He's gonna exit the other side of the carriage. And he's gonna like kind of like go to the side a little bit to where like the eyesight wouldn't be there, and then poof, he's back to being Kai.
Okay. But the driver would turn to you, Eillena, and just be like, well, if you're headed, where are you headed, ma'am?
I'm going with my friend to Daggerford for party.
Oh, you're one of the others that the Duchess invited.
Yeah, I'm here with I was on my way here with the Nigo.
Oh,
He's a detective.
right, the private investigator. Aye, we could wait for Kai and Inigo, and then we could set off. You're more than welcome to join us in the carriage. It'll make the journey that much quicker for you.
Good. I'll go find Inigo and tell him.
All right. So you said you went out the opposite side of the carriage and poofed back into yourself. Now what are you doing?
Just sitting in the carriage.
Oh, you came back into the carriage?
Yeah, I did.
Wait, so do I see him back in the get back in the carriage as
I
Kai?
would
Or
I would say well you have a passive of 19, and he didn't say he was trying to do it super stealthily.
like I was still by
So
the door?
yeah, so like you would have been paying attention to speaking to the driver. However, you would have caught out of the corner of your eye that as the driver was like letting you know that you could, like take the carriage with them, Reginald would have gone out the side door, and then Kai would have gotten in, and Kai is now just sitting there, I guess hoping that you don't realize that he's there. I don't know.
When it's like known, it's gonna be great.
When
Hey,
it's known, it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I saw you get in there, but the old guy said you weren't.
Oh hey, how are you? It's been so long since I've seen ya.
It's been a long time. I saw you get in, and then you weren't here. You're sneaky. You're getting like
Yeah,
Inigo.
I am. Yeah, I am. So what are you doing here? What are you doing? Why are you here?
Me and Inigo are on our way to a party.
Oh yeah, what kind of party?
The same one you're going to, according to your driver.
Oh
You,
joy.
you see, Inigo said that you had been in trouble, and I was wondering why you didn't ask for help. But I
Me
see now
in
you have your own
trouble?
driver. You have your own driver. You don't need help.
I'm never in trouble. Okay, listen. That's the first thing. We have.
I'm not his driver, but
He tries to flip him a copper piece.
he expertly catches it, sees that it's copper, and just gives you this look of like, really?
If you spat
Would you
my
like
hand, that'd be worth as much.
would you like Electrum instead?
He's
That's
like,
offensive.
Yeah, at that point he just goes, "I'm not his fucking driver. I'm not his personal driver."
So, anyways, the
He
point
wants
is,
my
I'm
car.
doing great. I'm never in trouble. Things are great. We're gonna go to this party. Apparently, this Duchess or whatever feels bad about something that happened years ago. I'm not really worried about it. I'm just there for the free food. You know what I mean?
Oh, there's food?
Oh yeah, what's a party without food?
I don't know. I just thought we were going to see people and talk to them.
Well, I mean, like, and now he's wondering. Driver, is there food?
It's a party. Of course, there's going to be food.
See, exactly.
I
There's
mean,
gonna.
you've been
Well,
invited to dinner. It should say that on your invite. Yeah.
I was
I'll
never
pull out the
handed an
very
invite.
crumpled invite.
You, you said do you take it out or no?
Yeah, I fish around in the bag for the very, very crumpled up envelope.
I
All
was
right.
given one.
Uh, 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 the note, if you take it out of the envelope,
Yep.
would say essentially that you have been cordially invited by Duchess Morwen of Daggerford for dinner. However, the the recipient of this specific invite is supposed to be, you would recognize the name, Neodhan, unless I'm saying that wrong. Which is Vexel's character, and you haven't seen him in a number of years. But
Oh,
for some reason, you have his invite.
something's happening.
Yeah, this does say dinner. Okay. Hey, we should find Inigo. He's been gone more than the 10 minutes he told
Yeah.
me.
Oh yeah. You get right on that.
At
No, you
a
gotta clear it up. He thinks you've been in trouble. You got to tell him he's wrong.
Where are these rumors coming from?
He's the one that told me.
Did he know? Well,
Yeah.
he's wrong.
Kai, I
Okay, well then
literally
help me find
work
him.
in private detective. I hear everything the guards know.
Yeah, at that moment,
You
Inigo
just
just
walk up next to
seemingly
us.
appears.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just kind of melt out of the shadow.
Inigo, there he
I
is.
really thought Beck was gonna stealth off.
No, I just appeared from the shadow using shadow
You
step.
do have it. Yeah, you do. I was gonna say, yeah.
Well, it's good to see you, Inigo. I didn't do anything.
Yeah, that's not what I heard.
Heard about what? I'm in a carriage right now. We're going to a party. Obviously, I didn't do anything.
Yeah,
Uh,
within the past few hours.
Inigo, last you heard, he was arrested for a combination of public intoxication, public nudity, as well as defacing public property by peeing on the statue of the drunkard.
You know that's
Alleged.
alleged. Dude, there was like
Allegedly.
40 witnesses.
Yeah, there was in fact.
Okay. What
right
you
next, is
call
the statue of the
witnesses, I
drunkard right
call
next to the market?
bystanders. Okay.
Yeah.
I think it is.
Tomato, tomato.
You're lucky
Bystanders,
no one
witnesses.
pressed charges for traumatizing their children.
Well, obviously not, because nothing happened.
Well, if you do ever get in trouble, just let me know and I'll come and I'll pay for you to get out.
I'll hit you up immediately, my friend. Thank you.
Yeah, we're good friends. It's what friends do.
Yeah, of course, of course. When are we leaving?
And Nico, I think there's been a problem.
What?
I, yeah, they sent me the wrong invite.
What do you mean they sent you the wrong invite?
They sent me the one to Neodhan.
Who?
I don't even
Oh
know where he is
shit,
anymore.
Neo! Fuck, I haven't seen him in like 5 years.
Yeah, I haven't seen him since. I also haven't seen him since when we were all together. You're the only one I've seen since then.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm. It's kind of. Aren't you guys wondering why we've all been invited to this party?
Well, we're big heroes. We solved the case. Well, Nigo solved the case, but
Which
we
case
helped.
is that?
You remember the the serial killer in Waterdeep a few years ago. That sick fuck who drained all those people dry
Oh,
of
that's
blood.
right. Yes, when you guys were celebrating, I was in a jail cell.
You were in the jail cell? Why didn't you tell me? I would have paid to get you out.
Well, you see, like, I was listening to everything through the window, and it gave me a little bit of R&R in there.
Yeah, he also tried to pickpocket the Lord of Waterdeep. So
Okay. It wasn't that serious. Okay.
Do you deserve it?
we were getting the key to the city. Of course, it was serious.
I mean, I didn't think the key was going to be that big. That's why I tried looking for a smaller one.
I still don't know how he fit that key in his pockets.
That's what. Thank you.
We
See,
live in a world of magic. Of course, he could fit it in a pocket.
I don't
simple.
know. No, this world. I still say this world is very strict.
Pockets is
Everything stays the
holding.
same here.
Simple
Everything stays the
problem.
same here.
It's the pocket of holding. Simple problems come with simple solutions. I was merely liberating the key from his pocket.
Yeah, Eillena, you think things are strict here because in the Feywild you can fart out your nose if you breathe the wrong way.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, and apples apparently taste like berries and cream.
Berries and cream.
Shut up. Kill you.
Well, where is he? Where is the butler?
At this point, you would see from a nearby corner Reginald approaching, and he's holding a box and what seems to be like several smaller like parcels within said box. You think that he's here to like pick up mail or something.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box? Nothing of major concern. It's just some missives and packages for the Duchess to be kept
I see.
close eye on. Yes.
Oh yes, of course. So, are we ready to start going?
Uh, yes. Who are you? He looks at the two of you.
I'm Inigo.
Hey, I'm Eillena.
Inigo von Schrodner, private eye in Waterdeep, invited by Lady Daggerford to attend this party.
Ah, the other invitees. I had been dispatched only to pick up Mr. Kymeros here in the carriage, as it was to be understood that he would be the only one of you to have no means of making his way here. So I was to make sure that he made his way.
See,
And
That
so
was
that
nice
he
of you.
doesn't wind up in jail again.
I see. Now
He-
these are
He
bold
does
assumptions.
need babysitting occasionally.
These are in fact bold and unwarranted statements and assumptions. Okay, I clearly could go out and not get arrested if I wanted to.
Now,
Except
I
you-
do not mean to besmirch the Sir's honor, but you do have a record of having been arrested multiple times.
Wait,
I
multiple
I
times.
beg your pardon.
He's in the running. He's in the running for the most arrested individual in Waterdeep for this year.
Listen, that
So
is a
why-
record
why
I
did he ask
intend
for
on
help?
breaking. Okay.
Yeah, you really shouldn't have put records like that. Then people want to break them.
Well, I don't write anything else down, so that something has to be written
It
down for
wasn't-
me.
It wasn't going to be a record, but with how he's going, he's blowing the competition away. They're gonna have to
Sometimes
make it a
I-
record.
Sometimes I think you tattle on me.
No,
Well,
why would I do that?
Mr.
Shifty
Reginald,
eyes.
sir.
yes.
There's a mistake. They sent me the wrong invite.
Ah,
They sent me Neodhan's, but I'm not Neodhan.
I see. Well, that's quite strange. That's a bit of a problem.
But I was with those three, so I'm sure I'm supposed to be there too. I think they just mixed the two up.
You
He probably got
were
mine.
meant to be invited, yes, but we did not have a residence. We thought that we would ask Mr. Kymeros or Mr. Schrödinger, von Schrödinger, upon their arrival, if we could perhaps send for you.
Oh, but I give
Though-
everyone my address. That way they know where to come for help.
Yeah, cave on the
That's where
side of
they
the
send
road.
that's where they send the chickens. They pay me with the
Yeah.
chickens.
They took away my mailbox because I kept paying in copper instead of gold.
That's why you couldn't get to me to let me know you needed help.
Yeah,
I understand now.
it's we're going through a rough patch. I'm getting a new job soon. We're gonna figure it out.
Well, you're all welcome to come with us, and Miss Harvest Blossom, you're free to tag along as well, though you do not have your invitation. I assure you it shall be quite all right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Very well. And then he will move to the aft section of the carriage to secure the packages in a lockbox. And once that has been done, he'll wait for the two of you to climb into the carriage with Kai.
All right.
Alrighty. Then he'll hop in with you, shut the door, and then you will be on your way.
Good.
Give me a brief moment. I gotta grab something real quick.
I like how we just sort of ran with the fact that we tolerate Eillena.
I knew going into this, the Vex character was going to just tolerate Eillena. I didn't realize that Kai was too.
Oh shit! I'm having a lot of
Just
fun
wait till we
with
get to
Kai.
Barovia. She's in for some culture shock with Inigo.
Bro.
She's excited right now. She hasn't seen any of her friends in.
Strahd is not ready.
Well, she hasn't seen the 2 in 5 years. She hasn't seen you in what, probably like a year or two.
Me probably not for like probably a month or so.
A month or
Couple
so.
months.
Okay, so that's okay. Yes. Just every time one of your investigations has to go outside the city, you're like, I know someone that can really help, but do I really want to?
I weigh the pros and cons, and like I have like this persistent chalkboard in my office. It's like pros and cons of working with Eillena.
Not at the
And there's
bucket
like
of
20 cons and like 3 pros, and like I weigh it each time. I'm like, yeah, the pros outweigh the cons this
Every
time.
time she helps you find the people.
Yep, much to my dismay. And like 10 of the different cons are like variations on annoying.
Annoying. Overly optimistic.
In brackets, annoying.
It's
Bubbly
paid in chickens by
brackets.
other people.
Annoying. What do I do with chickens?
The question is, did Inigo pay in chickens?
Mm.
I don't know. I probably gave you gold.
Yo.
Alrighty. So, I believe it would be like about. You said it was like 2 days by carriage, and you guys already kind of did like most of the days of travel. So, you guys through the night, make your way to Daggerford. You have a very pleasant ride, in which Reginald occasionally recounts war stories.
Oh, he actually will listen to these.
Well, you see, we had been frequently having issues with incursions of these lizard folks from the marshes. So when I was young and robust, I would slap on my trusty studded leather armor and grab my 2 scimitars and roll up my sleeves and get to work, so to speak. And by the end of the day, I'd be knee-deep in lizard folk blood. I'd be felling them left and right. It was as if my blades could not quench their thirst for blood.
God, you're fucking ruthless.
Well, those were the times, and of course the people of Daggerford were in danger from these incursions, and this was,
I've seen worse brutality in my life, but that's nonetheless impressive.
they
I
simply
mean,
refused to
yeah.
surrender.
Yeah, they kept going after the farmhouses.
By the time I was done with them, there was, I had confronted a coalition of the tribe's leaders, so to speak, their elders. They were quite prolific fighters, but even after I had taken their heads and put them on pikes, they still refused to surrender. They simply fled back into the deepest parts of the marshes where our horses could not go, and our armor was too slick with mud to be able to keep up with the terrain. And of course, there was the threat of the occasional troll, and we didn't have enough fire to burn the creatures out. So we would allow them to flee and recuperate. And then a number of years later, once the vile fiends had reproduce themselves to numbers to attempt to attack again, well, then it would happen. I was captain of the guard of Crum's Hold for a number of years, as a matter of fact, for my renown and repute at slaying lizard folk. But then I saved the current Duchess of Daggerford's late father, and well, I've been the family butler ever since, and I've not had to work too hard a day in my life.
To be honest, it sounds a bit of a demotion.
Oh, no, no, not at all. No, no. They had said to me that to keep a warrior as terrifying as myself close to the Duchess at all times, that would essentially serve as her personal bodyguard. The butlering was kind of more of my own idea, so that people would be unsuspecting of my combat abilities. I will admit I've lost a step in my old years, but I can still get the job done if need be.
Consider me, never gonna fuck with you.
That would be wise.
Yeah.
Remind me when we get to the manor. I should show you my old scimitars. One of them is magical.
I would love to see it.
Very well.
Don't even think about it, Kai.
Listen, I appreciate history as much as the other person does.
Yeah, but I have an
Technically-
inkling of what you're thinking of.
Technically, they're both magic, but one of them only has a simple enchantment that causes the blade to glow red when lizard folk are near.
Racist scimitar.
What is that one called?
Does this fucking guy get like Vietnam flashbacks when his fucking sword glows?
Well, as a matter of fact, later on, like that night, as you guys are like riding through the night and everyone's finally fallen asleep in the carriage, you would like slightly awaken as you pass by what seems to be like a large bonfire on the side of the road, and a bunch of people just kind of like dancing around it, and they like a caravan is just pulled over to kind of do their thing.
Yeah.
And as the red light sort of like flashes past the window, he like jumps up out of his sleep and he's like, "Oh, oh, take that, you lizard scum, you scaly bastard, you!" And he immediately punches you.
I thought he was gonna be like, driver, stop the cart. I'll be right back.
No, you got punched.
But yeah, you got punched. You don't take any damage from it, but it is painful. You're like,
What the
wow, old man strength is real.
What happened? What did I do?
Oh, Mr. Kymeros, I'm incredibly sorry. I'm flashbacks from the war. You see, they grip my heart in the dead of night. It was a miss, but you calm the fuck down.
I don't know how.
I apologize. It won't happen again. I sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, I am incredibly sorry that this happened here.
I'll draw
He,
the
like, kinda,
curtain
like-
over the window.
All right. He like takes out like his pocket square and like kind of like unfurls it and then hands it to you. He's like, please, if you need to tend to your wound, I do not know if I drew blood. I cannot tell. And
No, he didn't.
Did he draw blood for me?
no, he did not draw blood, but
Okay.
he did. Your head is still fucking. You're dizzy
My
and your
bell was
ears
rung?
are ringing a little bit. Yeah, your
Yeah.
bell was rung. You got clocked.
You're gonna get
I
a black eye, but you didn't you lose any blood.
It just gives me more of a reason to go say hi to the princess, I guess.
Just don't
Yeah.
deflower her this time.
I didn't deflower her last
What
time.
did, what did he do?
Listen,
There was a
she's-
rumor, but
the rumor was false. I was young.
Now to be young and in
You were
love.
you were young.
And a story for another time. I usually don't tell these stories in front of people of the law.
There's,
Oh, Inigo's our friend. You can tell
Oh,
him.
100%.
considering how I investigated it and kind of proved that you didn't do anything.
It's still a tough subject. I'm still very confused why I got invited for all those years ago now.
Well,
well,
it's all of us, so it's probably something with with the investigation.
I cannot speak to the specifics as to why the Duchess wished to see you, for I am not entirely in the know about them, but I have a suspicion.
Do
What's
tell.
that?
Is that due to your renown from those years ago that she requires your services in a matter that would, well, require specifically your services?
Well, I mean, Inigo and I don't. Neither of us know where Neodhan is.
I'm
Do you,
no,
Kai? Have you heard from Neodhan?
I have not.
Kai
Well,
just disappeared.
on the chance that we are not able to find him and get him here within the next day or so, I imagine the three of you should be able to handle it. I doubt that she's sending for you for some sort of insurmountable task, but you're quite capable. We shall see.
It's not the lizard folk again.
Oh, no, 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 no. No, they've long since been culled. It's mostly trolls in those swamps now. But yeah, I would say eventually the time would pass and you would arrive in Daggerford. Which, fuck, I didn't get a copy of the map, but it's okay. I was already kind of doing Theater of the Mind stuff, so we'll keep doing that. As you arrive in Daggerford and your carriage kind of, like pulls through the main gates into like the actual town slash, yeah, town proper, right? And you end up going past oh my god, what was that one tavern that like we were going to franchise with, and then there's the Temple of Lathander. You'd end up going past that as well until eventually you got up to the actual like gates of the manor itself, and you guys were let in and kind of brought around like this little circular area and taken out of the cart, and just, Reginald would hop out and open the door for you guys, and, and then once you had all exited, he'd go around the back to retrieve the items from the lockbox. 1, 2, 3 lockbox, and, and then you'd be led inside to where in the foyer there's like a number of other butlers and maids just kind of lined up on either side, and it would be like like I guess like a crier of sorts that would be like and now presenting Duchess Morwen of Daggerford, and then she would like come down the big, like spindly staircase type deal, and come on, head down, and my esteemed guests,
I
welcome.
do the traditional kind of noble bow. Clap slowly.
Clap slap. It seems that at least most of you were able to make it. It's good to see you, Kai. Hello, Kai. How are you?
Oh, absolutely splendid. I was on vacation when your butler decided to pick me up. How are you?
I am doing well. So, of course, Eillena, like she's almost like she's trying to like remember. She's as like she's saying this, she's like semi guessing who she's saying. But Eillena, right? Because logically, like, the only female. It's Eillena, Harvest Blossom. Uh, and then you must be Mr. Von Schrodinger.
Yes, milady.
Okay, okay. And it seems that your Goliath friend was not to be found.
You sent his invite to me, and not one of mine to me. You sent his to me.
Huh.
Holds up what's basically just a balled up envelope in his hand.
Yeah.
How did it get worse?
I keep putting it in the bag.
That
What,
is
you organize your
strange.
backpack?
Yes, with like it's color coded and
No. With all the moving and the climbing and the rolling, it goes everywhere. And then if you organize it, go everywhere again.
not if you do it right.
Kai is just very quiet. He doesn't know how to react to this at the moment.
Well, later this evening, we'll have dinner, and then there will be a little bit of dance of sorts, and then there is some business that I need to discuss with all of you. Um, until then, feel free to make yourselves at home in the guest rooms that we have for you. Reginald, if you'd be so kind. And he said, well, of course, my lady. Oh, and these are for you. And then he would bring over the packages and hand them to her. And he'd turn
What
back
what
around.
what do I do with this? It's I brought the gift since I was invited to party. Pull
Oh,
out the bottle of water deep wine. I think it's Czar is what it was called.
sorry.
I still
Okay.
can't remember. I think that's the right one.
Well, that is most kind of you. We could have it with dinner, could we not, my lady? Yes, yes, that would be um, quite nice. Thank you for this gift. You didn't need to, but it is greatly appreciated.
Is what you do with when you invited to a party.
Uh, not so much with noble parties, but more common in
Oh,
the lower stratum.
oh,
Uh, I left my money in my other pants.
You have another pair of
you need
pants.
you need money, Kai?
No. I'm perfectly fine, thank you. I'm actually doing quite well financially.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yes, yes.
All right. Well, come with me. I will take you to your guest rooms, and once you have settled yourselves, then perhaps you can come with me to the study, and I will show you my scimitars.
Oh, I would love to see it.
Oh, Are they the ones that you used on the lizard people?
Yes. My trusty companions from the wars.
I remember hearing the stories when they were happening too. It's I want to see.
Very well, very well. And then he will lead you to your guest rooms. Nice little guest rooms. Yeah, stop me like at any point if there's something you want to do. But I'll bring you into the guest rooms, sort of let you guys settle in, and then he'll like wait outside for out in the hallway because you guys have like Inigo, and it would be like Inigo and Eillena, and then Kai's at like the one right across from Inigo. And Reginald will be just out in the hallway waiting for when you want to go see his scimitars.
Inigo, I can talk to you through this vent.
You hear Eillena through the vent in the other room.
Inigo's intentionally being quiet.
Must be too quiet. Okay. After I put my stuff down, I'll go back out because I want to see the swords.
I will take a look at the room upside down. I'll walk up onto the ceiling and see if there's, because you know when you change your perspective of something, you notice stuff that looks out of place. So I'll do that and see if I notice anything suspicious.
Make a investigation check.
This is not investigating stuff within 1 foot, so I do not get advantage.
You don't notice anything like suspicious or like dangerous or anything like that. The only oddity that you see is there seems to be like a little incense burner on like the God trying to think of the word here. It's not a dresser. I
Armor?
guess like the
Nightstand?
no, not a nightstand. No, kind of like
Armoire?
more like
Armoire.
whatever would be the equivalent of like a table that you would have like
Chest
a
of
mirror
drawers?
and stuff set up on that you
Vanity?
could. Yeah, vanity. There you go. Thank you. Yeah, essentially on the vanity, there's like a little incense burner. It's
And
kind of fancy looking, and it has like uh, Lathanderin is the best way to put it, like symbology on it, like little suns and stuff.
Here comes the sun.
Do 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 do
Do-do-do-do.
do.
my skin slightly crawls, just noticing the Lathanderism, but it doesn't bother me too much. But I'll extinguish it and head out into the hallway.
Oh, it wasn't lit.
Protect
It's
Oh, it
just
my
like
wasn't
mind.
the
lit?
burn.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, you know, there's just like there is like this ornate little like incense burner.
Yeah, I'll put it behind like a little picture frame, just so it's hidden
Okay.
from view. And then I'll
So
leave.
yes, I don't need to see that shit.
Fuck the sun!
Son. Alrighty.
Back fucks the sun. Do 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 do.
Do-do-do-do. And you said you were heading out after that, after you hit it.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Kai? What are you doing after you quote unquote settle into the room?
I'm looking around, see if I see anything valuable to steal.
Sure. You know, make me like a general perception check.
Perception.
You're not seeing anything that stands out as particularly valuable or worth your stealing. Like, yeah, there's like stuff in there that could be worth money if you pawned it, but it would be just really dumb for you to take it because it would be like, you know, either too heavy or too oblong to like try and properly like store it in a pocket or something. Like it would be super obvious if you stole it,
They
you know.
specifically
You
furnished his
you need one
room
of
to
those.
be.
You need one of those pockets that holds the key to the city.
Yeah, you need a pocket of holding.
I wouldn't like look for anything, but would I passively see anything
Um
out of the ordinary?
Out of the ordinary. Passively, you do have a very high passive perception. The only other strange thing is you also would have one of those like little like incense burners.
Okay.
But this one's the Merkel.
Yeah,
No,
this one's
no,
Shar.
it's also a Lithanderin. No, actually, it's Selûnite. Because why not? Could worship the sun and the moon. No, it's Lithanderin.
Kai comes out carrying an entire incense burner.
Yeah, he's also got one. He's like, it looks
Kai-
silver.
Kai is just dragging the dresser out of the room. Like, I think there might be something in here. I have to check it.
Are you?
Mm,
Are you actually?
No.
Okay. All right. All right. This is Reginald. Mr. Kai, you wish to come see the scimitars?
Yes. He just drops everything that's in his hand. There's like forks, knives, and like some fucking stones.
He already got the silverware.
Yeah, he already found the silver. Come with me. Come with me. As
You just hear a loud bang of me dropping all of it.
Yeah, just all like clangs.
Yeah. Can I play the sound?
What? Are you just gonna play the lead pipe one?
Yeah, you just hear this drop on the ground.
Meanwhile, I fell from the ceiling, landed on my feet, and didn't make a sound. So you know.
Mr. Kai, are you okay in there?
Yes, I'm actually more than okay. I'm great. Thank you. I'm coming.
Alrighty, okay. Alright, everybody, gather around, and then when you come outside, he'll lead you further down the hallway to like the sort of like western wing of this building, and he brings you into this like rather big study, and you see like there's like this nice like these two like high backed, very comfortable looking leather chairs facing towards like a fireplace, and there's like a bearskin rug and everything, and that's like just one portion of it. And there's a big like portrait that seems to be of like uh Lord and Lady Daggerford, like her parents, and then like you see like a small younger Lady Daggerford all in the painting. um and there's like a number of like different like swords, long swords mostly, shields, like the traditional like shield with like the two long swords like crossed behind it, a couple of like axes here and there, and then he leads you over like the farther side of the room to where there's like there's quite literally like a display case, and inside of it is like this blood stained studded leather armor. The gloves like over to one side, the boots neatly placed like next to it on the other side. Those also are like equally bloodstained. The boots so much so that they're like almost blackened. And that's like within the display case. Above it are just these two very beautiful, and you'd almost mistake them for ornate. Like had you not realized, like, wow, like okay, those like have like some sort of like, they give off like this magical essence to them. And he'll pull like the first one off, and like a little click off the rack, and he's like, well, this one right here, this is I like to call it Old Stabby.
Oh my God.
This is the one that glows red in the presence of lizard folk.
Does he have a beard?
He does have a beard, yeah.
I imagine he's doing like that old man thing where he's kind of doing like sucking in his lips a little bit, and he's like, I call this beard.
I call this Old Stabby. Yes.
I'll discreetly give the leather armor, the bloodstained leather armor, just kind of like a quick sniff.
The time had like this was bloodstained number of years ago, but like with your keen senses, you can just faintly catch that metallic waft off of it. But yeah, it is like soaked.
This
So,
must have been something back in the day.
why didn't you clean this?
Well, you see, at first I took incredibly great care of my gear. I did not wish to have the vile lizard folk's blood soaking into it. But then after a time, they began to refer to me as
Oh,
which
I'm sorry.
is lizard folk for slayer of our gracious kin, or in layman's terms, the Grim Reaper. I
I always thought I thought, and then the people called you the Delimber Ripper.
Some of them did, yes. I one of my other nicknames was the Red Death. That was after the armor had been fully stained. But yes, it
I heard
was
Doomslayer once.
Doomslayer. I don't remember hearing that one, but I was quite quite the fucking kid right now. I was quite the warrior in my day.
So,
Um,
if they returned one day, would you go back into service?
of course, should the lady need my services, I would gladly return and set their entire village to fire where it need be. And then there's
Again.
this one. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I said again.
Yeah,
Instead
yeah.
of the entire
Oh, yeah, he
again.
would, yeah. This is quite hard burning mud huts. He would retrieve the other one. And he said, now this one, I believe they say that the enchantment is something called a frost brand. But all I know is that it cut through their skin like butter and left behind these little icicle trails. And the others, well, they would be adverse to attacking me because, as you know, lizards are cold-blooded, so they don't like the cold. It begins to shut down their body systems. That is what I would do. I would wave this around, much like one would wave a torch to keep a troll at bay.
I also did a bit of research into vampires. They don't particularly enjoy lizard folk blood since, the cold-bloodedness. It's not as active of a blood flow, so they don't get as much from them when they drink them. Research, of course, I had to do for that case because we thought it was a vampire, but no, it was just some sick fuck who collected blood in vials.
Yes, that's right. Was he not a worshipper of some sort of dog god?
Some blood god or whatever, I don't know, but he was the most messed up halfling I've ever seen.
I remember the last time we saw him, he was yelling, "More blood for the blood god."
This is quite the story.
The fact that it's a halfling. I didn't even I didn't even set that in mind, but okay. The least likely race to be a prolific serial killer.
You'd
I love it.
never
It's
expect
amazing.
it.
You never expect the unexpected.
Never expect the Spanish Inquisition.
No, you do not. But yes, these are my trusty scimitars. Yes, so that one is the old stabby, and of course this one here I called Chili Willy.
Chili will.
Wait, Dylan watched
do
Two Realms?
tell.
Well, it was the name I thought of. It was quite chilly, and one of the first lizard folk I ever slew with it. Someone told me his name in lizard meant Willie or William, so Chili Willy.
See, Chili Willy. Now, does this glow red as well?
Oh, no. Something about crossing the enchantment streams couldn't be done.
See.
What I had wanted to do was get some sort of flame tongue enchantment on this one and keep this one be the frost brand and wield them prolifically towards my foes, but well, it proved too expensive, and then I heard that fire's not nearly as effective on them, and so I got to turn red so that I might know if my foes were creeping up on me in the dead of night.
Right.
There was a number of raids on Cromshold, and that blade saved my life more times than I can count. Yes, sir. I would say that he continues to regale you of his war stories for a few hours more.
A few hours? I'm not even staying there for half an hour. I'm going. I'm leaving for the party after that.
That's fair.
He will listen.
I'll go to the party when it starts, but I stay to listen until then.
I will also go to the party when it starts, but I will stay to listen.
Yeah, he ends up talking to right about before the party would start, and he pulls out what seems to be some sort of timepiece, and then he's look at the time, and it's quite literally just a sundial with a leather band. Because I'm pretty sure they don't have watches yet, right? Like that's not a thing. Like I don't even think clocks are a thing yet, right?
No,
There
no.
is clocks. They're canonical clocks.
Yeah, there's
Oh, okay.
There's also
timepieces.
Orb of Times, is what the common magic item is called.
Oh, okay. So then, yeah. No, actually, I think it's funnier if he has a sundial that is just attached, a small little
I mean,
sundial
in
attached to
a
a leather
town of
fan.
Lathander in worship, a sundial being able to work indoors would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just like a little light that floats above it, about 3 inches above the rest.
Yeah. Oh, look at the time. Well, I've taken up nearly enough of yours. The party is about to begin, so please make your way downstairs. You may freshen up first if you wish to. The bath has been drawn. Nice warm, soapy water if you wish to get yourself nice and clean.
I do
And
want to get myself clean.
very well. And then once you have, you can please proceed down, and there will be drinks and food and festivities for all. Yes.
Very good.
Mention
What
drinks
about
and
you?
food.
Are you going to
Walks quickly.
enjoy?
Oh, my duties, they never avail me. Probably until later on, once most of the guests have left, will I have a nice little cup of wine somewhere alone and a little bit of cheese and crackers.
What kind of cheese?
Um, I forget. I mean, perhaps some Gouda.
Oh, you lost me.
At least it's not death cheese, which is
It's not.
another
It's
canonical
not lizard cheese.
lizard cheese. He makes cheese from the lizard folk.
You had to have at least eaten one of them.
I've eaten one.
You don't ask someone that.
It's very stringy. Tastes like chicken.
See.
See, I thought I was the only one that thought that it tasted like chicken.
I don't think it's cutting out. It's just people stop talking.
No, sorry. Yeah, I was typing something.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully that's better.
Um, but yeah. So he would have you go do whatever you're gonna do, and once you've like prepared yourselves, done whatever it is that you're gonna do, you eventually make your way to the party, where there seems to be a number of local like minor nobles have been invited, as well as like a couple of other like uh, common folk, but that are of like like of note, like the like Luke Sunbright, the I remembered his name right, didn't I?
Yeah,
The
it's Luke
priest.
Sunbright.
Yeah, Luke Sunbright, the head priest of the Lathanderian church here. Just a couple of people, yeah, and they're just kind of around mingling in the large
Is Luke
dining area.
Sunbright even born yet? Because we're in the 1300s, right?
Yeah,
No,
when the
it's
1400s.
1499.
Oh,
Yeah, we're 7 years after Forgettable Realms,
I see.
Yep.
Okay.
like timeline wise.
Yeah, and
Or no, 5 years
technically,
after.
I heard
uh,
1399.
How long are we
no,
after the people disappeared? How
after the
long are we
people
after the
disappeared.
reckoning?
Oh, after the reckoning. The reckoning happened 2 years after the descent, and the descent ended in 92. 92, 93 or something like that. So it's
Okay,
2 years
so
later.
the reckoning happened around the same time as the case we did.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah. Gosh, it's like you didn't pay attention to the intro. No,
I tried.
it's fun. It's fun. Yeah, essentially, that was the whole thing. It was that like Waterdeep got lucky and they didn't have to experience like anything crazy from the tearing.
Right.
But they did have to deal with the serial killer. So that's like the worst that they got it. Welcome to my stupid timeline, bitches. Because this timeline is cancerously stupid, but it's all right. It's all right. We'll figure
Has,
it out as we go along.
has there also been a very recent happening on Baldur's Gate 7 years ago?
See, that's the thing. Is that no,
No.
because the events of Baldur's Gate 3 take place like right after the descent, and this is the same timeline as where my party did the descent, but it got resolved differently, which means that the events of Baldur's Gate couldn't have taken place because of how it was resolved.
I see.
Yeah. So
Oh, okay. Now I understand. This. Oh, okay. I see what you did now. It's like what, like 40 or 30 years ago, the first time that this shit happened, right?
shut up.
Oh,
So you have this nice party, lots of folk around to talk to, the Duchess herself, and plenty to drink, plenty to eat. And there's like a little troubadour playing some music.
What sort of
Okay.
roast do they got?
Uh Let us see, because this is a weird thing that they put in the book for some reason. The main elements of the meal, aside from like the hors d'oeuvres and stuff, seem to be some sort of hot, spicy soup, and they have tenderly cooked pheasant.
All right, I'll have the pheasant.
So there's a large assortment of wines. Uh,
I go up to the Duchess.
okay. She's kind of having a little bit of a conversation with Luke Sunbright, what seems to be the captain of the guard, and another individual that you're not sure who they are, but they seem to be of like lower birth.
I just kind of like listen in at first to what they're talking about.
God damn it. It's a four-way conversation with myself. Um, well, look, it is incredibly concerning, and that is why I have requested the presence of these more than capable individuals to handle it, which I think should nip it in the bud, so to speak. Everything will go back to business as usual, is what the Duchess says, and then Sunbright would just go, well, yeah, that's right, because all the Thandarans are Texans. I would hope that that would be the case, uh, milady, but there are concerning reports of potential disappearances, and if they are in fact responsible for such a thing, we're going to need these individuals to not only dissuade their activities, but as well as find these people. Right. Well, that's why I hired a private investigator, or well, I'm going to be hiring one. I just don't think he quite knows it yet. Oh, hello, Kai.
Hi.
Oh, hey,
Kind of gives
Mog.
like
Oh, hi, Mark.
he gives like kind of like a little short bow, like Duchess. Hello, everybody. I am Kai. At your service. He does not mean that.
See, you're that one Kymeros, yeah. Little bit of something of a busker of sorts. You like to play your instruments, make some money.
Yeah. I've been trying to get money some other ways nowadays, but tend to play my instrument a lot. You know, the crowd seems to like it wherever I go, so.
That's good. That's good for you. I'm glad to hear that you're taking up a life of more reputable and means.
Yeah, of course. More reputable means. Uh,
Yeah, I
I
imagine you're trying to, do right.
well, whatever do you mean? I'm always doing right.
He kind of like gives you this look, like it's like a little pained, like he wants to say something. He goes, "Bless your heart, child. Look, as long as you're doing what makes you happy, and you're not hurting anyone, just keep up the good work, and may you go with Lathander's grace."
Thank you. I haven't talked to Lathander in a while. After you graciously told me about him, kinda, told him, I was like, hey, Lathander, and then didn't get a response. I said, guess he's not there.
He looks like at first like really puzzled by what the fuck you're even talking about, and then he must not be there. Well, the faith is not for everyone.
Well, as much as I would love to keep talking about Lathander, I have a quick question for the Duchess here.
Right.
So, Duchess, I heard that the reason I was pulled was because of a certain mishap that happened a few years ago.
That is correct.
So, as much as I appreciate your impeccable timing with the situation, I have to ask. Out of all this time, now you're deciding that you want to make amends on it? That doesn't really add up for me.
Well, things have been busy over the last several years. Not every place was as lucky as Waterdeep in being unaffected by the tearing, so I've had other priorities. However, now I am capable of being more available to deal with such things. And yes, I wanted to invite you here so that amends could be made for the misunderstanding.
He's trying so hard not to say something witty or just be an asshole about it. Thank you for your kindness.
You're quite welcome.
Now, would you care to dance with me later?
No.
If I can find the time, then yes, I shall.
Un- Until then. And he kind of gives a little bit of a bow.
Alrighty. Um, I'll say, make a plate with a little bit of everything. Inigo, would you be making small talk with anybody?
Yeah, I would.
Okay. Let's say while you're making small talk,
I'd be exercising my old noble skills.
Okay. Yeah, some of these minor lords, they seem quite they're like, oh, or you carry yourself quite well for a commoner,
Oh, I was raised in nobility, but had to leave my home due to disagreements between me and my father.
I see. Where do you hail from?
Hey, place you've never heard of. It's quite far from here.
Ah, are we talking to the south?
Oh,
Uh, I don't actually know.
It's not on a map.
it's literally a baba.
It's a mama.
Where is it?
I think the easiest way to describe it is extraplanar.
Ah, oh, you one of those Fae?
No, I'm human. Human from an outer plane.
Ah, interesting. If a foreigner, oh my. I'd say, since you're like semi-distracted with the conversation, Eillena does manage to sneak up on you.
Motherfucker! Apologies.
Okay.
Ah, this is a friend of yours.
Yes, she assisted in the capturing of the serial killer in Waterdeep 5 years ago.
Ah, that was those were dark times.
But may I introduce Miss Eillena Harvest Blue Blossom?
Harvest Blossom. Yep.
Yep, Eillena Harvest Blossom.
One of them will like,
She'll curtsy.
uh, one of them will like kind of like walk over, kind of like try and like like do the whole like take your hand and kiss it, milady bullshit.
She'd probably go along with it.
Ah, you're quite lovely. It's interesting to meet you. Are you so you helped solve the murders? Yes.
No, that's how I met Inigo. Yep. I was looking into the murders, and then he was looking into the murders. But I kept being at the wrong spot, so he thought I had something to do with it at first. But I was just looking into it myself.
Yeah, you had a habit of showing up at the exact places I was trying to find uh, clues, and I suspected I'd find someone of suspicion, but no, you're just terrible at timing, I guess.
And we've been friends ever since.
I do like that, like kind of like fake smile to the to the fucking noble of that, like please help me kind of look.
He gives you like a sympathetic look, but he just doesn't know what to do. So he's just kind of, I see, I see. Best friends ever since. Oh, well, that's amazing. You should cherish your friendship.
I do. Every
Keep it
time I
away
see
from
him.
me.
It's usually a few months between times that we get to see each other, though.
Well, that's well, you can't always spend all the time with your friends. I'd say like at this point, like I guess like a second course of sorts is like being brought out, and it's a little bit heavier because they had the soup and the pheasant, and now they have like a big like roast pig and a bunch of other stuff.
Is any of the
And
roast pig rare?
uh, yeah, yeah. Seems like there's a part of it that didn't get cooked all that great.
Yeah, I don't get stuff from that part.
Oh, okay, okay,
I'll follow him because when we're away from the nobles, I want to say something to Inigo.
okay.
See, Inigo, I snuck up on you. I've been working on moving quieter sometimes, like you told me to.
Yeah,
Since you said I'm always too loud when we're looking through the woods.
yeah. You definitely got better. Definitely helped since I was distracted. It's very much easier to sneak up on someone who's not paying attention to, well, not get snuck up on.
Uh, so maybe I need to try again to see how good I do when you're not distracted sometime.
Yeah, that would be interesting test.
Okay, I gotta go get more wine. You have fun.
Yep.
you would notice as you come over to like the main table where like they got the pig and everything, that there's a few more of those like little like incense burners, and they've been kind of like put out in different places. However, this time they are in fact like burning like a light little incense. It kind of smells like sage and lavender.
Ooh. Just kind of try and stay away from them.
Alrighty. Because I want to try and speed it along a little bit, but also I don't want to like have it feel too rushed. All right. So it would say the night goes on. You eat, you drink to your fill, you have some good conversation, and eventually, as things are winding down and basically everybody important leaves, the Duchess would sort of retire to the study that you had been showed before, and would request that you come along with her. And once you got there, she would say, uh, "So, I assume you're all wondering why you're really here."
A bit.
I'm here because I got the wrong invite.
Yes, that's right, dear. But you were also meant to be invited, but you did not receive the correct invite. Um, so I've been having a problem as of late. There is a group of individuals, travelers, if you will, with a caravan. They've been just outside of the limits of Daggerford, and very very strange folk. They seem to be from not around these parts, but ever since they've arrived, there's been disappearances. And at first, I didn't want to, give in to the whole, oh, it's the strangers, but now it seems like it might be.
Can you describe these individuals?
Uh, very foreign's not really a descriptor. They wear a lot of colorful clothing, and they're very uh, just strange. I've been hearing I've been hearing reports that they've been harassing townsfolk and other visitors as they come and go, and that they demand money and wine. They threaten to put hexes on anyone that doesn't pay up. Um, Although, from what I can tell, they haven't yet. And
You kind of
they're
see
just
Indigo's eyes slightly widen here in like the hexes part, but like just slightly.
and just several days ago, well, more like a little bit under a 10-day ago, I ordered several guards to scare away these visitors, but they couldn't get the job done. When they came back, they spoke sympathetically about them as if they had all been charmed. Look, I don't want armed conflict with these people, but I want to send them a strong message, just in case they are responsible for the disappearances. And I'm hoping that you would be willing to deliver the message, but also look into the disappearances.
Hmm.
I'm good at scaring people.
Just not expecting something like this.
But, so wait, you'll know what this is?
I have a feeling, but more of a hunch than anything. Not a strong enough guess on what it could be to say what it is, but I have an idea.
I would greatly appreciate if you'd be willing to do this, and you will be well compensated. Things are getting a little bit hectic here. It doesn't show, but the people are scared.
Do you know if these people have referred to themselves in any way? Like if they have a group name?
No, not that I've heard. Frankly, they could be from anywhere. Ever since the tearing, there's been all sorts of strange creatures and individuals from worlds previously unknown to us.
Which gates are they outside?
What's the one? It's the technically, if you're looking at that map, would it be the western gate?
Daggerford, it has a
Like a south and a west, right?
yeah.
Yeah, so it would be the western gate.
Oh, so we would have passed it in our carriage.
Oh no, south and east.
Or south and east.
Yep.
So
pretty sure.
then,
I'm pulling up the map.
so then it would be the south one, the one that you wouldn't have passed.
We would have came in the south one
Oh, okay. So then it would be the
because
other one.
we're coming from the west. But yeah, I can't find my map. There it is.
No, we would have came in from the west gate.
Yeah, but that map isn't actually facing north because the river flows west to east, and the map you're looking at has the river. Unless you're looking at a different map.
No, I'm following the rows. There is a north gate, but it's small.
Daggerford is weird because it doesn't have very many official maps, and they've been different every time.
Uh,
Because Daggerford is north of the river, so you're right.
yeah, we probably would have came in through the
It's
caravan gate, which is the west gate.
yeah, so it is west and south.
Yeah, so then it would be the southern gate. Is where they are.
The river gate.
The river gate, yeah.
Right. Well, it's not too late. Suppose we can start looking into it this evening.
That would be phenomenal. I would need you to deliver the message first, and then if you could begin looking into the disappearances, that would be phenomenal.
Is it like just a message of you said you want us to scare them, or like you have an actual letter?
Tell them if they don't leave before dawn, I'll burn their wagons to the ground.
Oh,
I'm not taking any
okay.
chances with this. I don't want armed conflict, but if that's what it has to come to, that's what it has to come to. It's just as a sidebar, I find that hilarious that it literally that's doesn't want armed conflict. I will burn their wagons.
Was that like an official thing? Is burn their
Yeah,
wagons?
yeah. She wants to burn their wagons to the ground. Yeah.
So Eillena will help anyone that asks, but Eillena has been the stranger before.
Yeah, I'll I guess lead the take lead and start heading out to the river gate.
You want me to scare them before you talk to them?
No, I want to talk to them first,
Okay.
clear up some things, and if I can't resolve it diplomatically, then, well, I'm gonna have to
I'm just
do
feast.
this the cruel way.
Hmm.
I'm going to continue feasting at the table since I didn't particularly take place in the first go around of food. I'm going to take place in the second go around.
That was a while ago. The party's over. We were invited to a meeting
The
with
second
Lady.
round already happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had a meeting with Lady Daggerford, and now we're dealing with some people outside the gate of Daggerford.
You're telling me there's no
The
more
meeting
food?
the meeting started after the second course had already been out there for a long time.
Yeah, what I
I
had said was
misinterpreted
essentially
that.
that
Yeah.
you had eaten, and then now you were talking to her.
Can I like? Is there any scraps?
Probably
It's
not.
going.
Roll
It's
me a
going in the bag.
roll me a
I'll give him
D100.
I'll give him some of the pheasant I stuffed in my pocket.
Very.
You would have done that.
What did you just put in your pocket?
No, I gave you some pheasant.
Yeah,
Here.
Eillena gives you some pheasant that she stuffed in her
There's a little bit of lint and a leaf on it, but it's probably good.
There's not many scraps, and honestly, the best you're getting right now is the bit of pheasant that Elena's given you.
Thank you for the pheasant.
It's a drumstick.
I'll take it.
It's like a little drumstick. It's like maybe like 2 to 2.5 mouthfuls of food.
I'll take it.
Alrighty. So with that, I'm assuming Inigo is leading you guys down to the river gate. Let's
I'm
see.
staying close to Inigo in case he wants me to scare them. You're like the scariest character.
Let's see. As you head out of the gate, and as the evening grows dark, you see a dozen men and women gathered around a crackling bonfire. The folk are in good spirits. A few of them sing and dance around the fire, while others find happiness in their flasks and wineskins. 3 barrel-topped wagons are parked at odd angles. Tied to a nearby tree, grazing, are half a dozen draft horses wearing bright coats with bangles and tassels.
Ooh, fancy. They look cool.
Does this look like what I suspect it is?
It looks exactly like what you suspect it is.
Vishtani. I see.
What's a fish Tony?
Vishtani. A group of people from my homeland, actually.
Wait, you were telling the truth about you not being from here too?
Yeah.
I thought you were just telling the nobles a story.
No, I'm not. I'm
I
not
always thought you were
from.
from here.
It might seem that way, but I'm not from Faerun originally. From very far away.
Me too. But you found people from where you live, so maybe you can talk some sense into them.
Maybe. Entirely depends. Let's see.
Alrighty. So, as you approach the bonfire, a number of the people will look towards you, and then, uh, hold on. An older gentleman will kind of like come from the crowd of these strangely dressed individuals. Uh, Inigo, you would It takes you a moment, but you recognize this man. He was much younger the last time you saw him.
Must have been a while.
His name is Stanimir. He looks towards you guys, and you see the recognition in his eyes, and he goes, Well, how are you folk? Do you wish to come and warm yourselves by the fire?
Of course,
Fires are nice.
Stanimir. It's been quite a while.
Ah, I thought that was you. Have you been, Inigo?
Quite well. I've made a nice life for myself here, far from home. How's how is home? I suppose.
Things have been interesting as of late. You should come see for yourself.
I do plan on going home at some point, but I was not planning on going back so soon.
Well, sometimes we cannot control our fate. Perhaps it is that you were meant to go sooner rather than later.
I said his name, but my brain just lost the name. Fuck.
Danomir.
Stanimir, that's it.
I got a little token for him. Hold on, so you can see what he looks like. Cause I forgot to like describe him, but Stanimir, where is he?
Are any of these people Chilly Willy? Not Chilly Willy. Winter Splinter.
Sure, he's ancient. Are any of these people Winter Splinter? Do you ask them?
No, but my Snack said that I'd know him when I saw him.
That's right. Snack did say you'd know him when you see him.
Do any of them
You-
look like a Winter Splinter to me?
None of them look like a Winter Splinter to you.
Okay. I keep
Well,
being quiet as instructed.
Um, I'll go and sit by the fire with the other Vishtani.
I'll join him.
you know, perhaps your friends would like to see your home.
Well, I can't go to my home, so seeing Inigo's might be fun. Looks at Inigo.
He kind of like has an uneasy look about him. um, yeah. Cinnamir, we're here on behalf of the Lady Daggerford, the Lady of Daggerford, Lady Daggerford. Um, she has a request that your people vacate this spot, basically leave, or she'll burn your wagons to the ground. I don't want to see that happen to you, my old friend, but is there any way we can potentially resolve this?
Don't worry, don't worry. We have no wish to make enemies of Lady Morwen. How about this? I have a story to tell all of you. First you listen, then we go. The problem will be gone. It will all be resolved.
Then you go or then we go?
We go. He kind of like indicates to himself and the others.
Okay, tell us the story, Stanimir.
Yeah, I like stories.
He watches some of the others gather and sort of like form a circle around the bonfire. as Stanimir grabs a wineskin and fills his mouth with wine and then spits into the fire. You watch as the flames turn from orange to green. As they dance and sway, a dark shape appears in the bonfire's core. We come from an ancient land whose name is long forgotten, a land of kings. Our enemies forced us from our homes, and now we wander the lost roads. The dark shape in the fire takes the form of a man being knocked from his horse, a spear piercing his side. Stanimir continues. One night, a wounded soldier staggered into our camp and collapsed. We nursed his terrible injury and quenched his thirst with wine. He survived. When we asked him who he would not say. All he wanted was to return home, but we were deep in the land of his enemies. We took him as one of our own and followed him back toward his homeland. His enemies hunted him all the while. They said that he was a prince, yet we never gave him up, even when their assassins fell upon us like wolves. Deep in the bonfire, you see the dark figure standing with sword drawn, fighting off a host of shadowy shapes. This man of royal blood fought to protect us, as we protected him. We bore him safely to his home, and he thanked us. He said, I owe you my life. Stay as long as you wish, leave when you choose, and know that you will always be safe here. The figure dancing in the fire vanquishes its final foe, then disappears in a cloud of smoke and embers. Stanimir's face becomes like a somber mask. Our lord, some years ago, he fell. He was slain by adventurers, and our homeland was freed of the darkness that had been placed on it. Or so it had seemed. As our people finally began to leave the land for the first time, unburdened by the weight of its former curse, only did it return tenfold. How? We do not know. But since this has happened, a many number of strange things have occurred. You watch as in the fire, the figure that you saw before, he stands almost above as four other figures form. One of them having, at least to you, Inigo, a very familiar looking shape.
My
It
fists
is
clench a bit.
in the time since, our Lord has returned, seemingly, from the dead. And now at his side he has four allies, ones that have convinced him it is time for him to grow his empire once more, to make enemies of the world, to take what is rightfully his. We fear this time that our Lord has gone too far, and that something must be done. So, and he looks at the three of you, I humbly request, will you come with us to our land and help us put his troubled soul to rest, so that our people might finally and truly be free?
Inigo, I think we might should. It sounds like they really need help.
Yeah, yeah. Stanimir, before we do anything, do you know anything about the recent disappearances around Daggerford? Is this potentially related to this old lord?
It could be.
It's not your doing.
No.
I will insight check that.
Okay.
Though I probably believe him. I just want to the investigator in me is like,
Give me a second. Gee, he doesn't seem as though he's responsible, but he seems like he knows more than he's letting on.
all right, you're not responsible. Not that I doubted you. I suppose it ought to be time I returned home then. I do have unfinished business there.
So does this mean I don't need to scare people?
No.
Okay.
Hmm. Well, if you are willing to come with us, we can set out this night, or we can wait until tomorrow. It does not matter. But either way,
We
I'll have to inform Lady Daggerford that you'll be departing, and I
how
will.
you can get your money.
What?
She said you get money.
Yeah, we'll go talk to Lady Daggerford. Tell her that we've resolved this issue with the caravanners, the Vishtani, and that we'll depart with them in search of the disappeared, the missing people, as they have a lead on that front.
very well. We will wait, but we must leave with the dawn so as to avoid getting our carts burned. Eillena,
Start packing up.
Yes.
you would notice passively, since you have you have a 19, right?
Yeah. Rangers are wisdom, so
You would notice, yeah, you would notice. You hadn't heard it at first, but there sounds to be some. There sounds to be, yeah, there sounds to be some noises coming from one of the carts.
Does my 18
what
not pick that
kind of
up? What?
noises?
Oh yeah, you do have an 18 too. Yeah, you would also hear it.
Like what kind of noises?
It sounds like somebody struggling.
Hey, why is someone in the cart? They sound like they need help. I go check.
I can assure you that there is nobody in need of help in the carts.
I hear it too.
Insight check. If that's okay, Dylan.
Sure, yeah, go ahead. Okay. There is probably somebody in the cart that needs
I
help.
I think you are lying to me, and that's not nice.
It is in your best interest if you leave matters that are not of your concern alone.
Amigo, I think he's lying about the not being someone that needs help.
Um, I'm near the fire. I can't. I'll put my hand on Steinhardt's, Stenemir's shoulder. It's like, Stenemir, surely you don't have anything to hide from me, an old friend.
He kind of gives you a half smile and he's like, You know, it really is good to see you again. But it's as I've said, things have changed. And as he says that, the others that have gathered around the fire, they all quickly take these essentially almost kind of like a smoke bomb, but they throw it into the fire and it shoots up into the air, and this smoke just sort of like wafts out really quick, like outward, almost like a smoke bomb or like a fog cloud, but it's like this colored smoke. And as it like hits your like lungs, I need all three of you to make Constitution saving throw.
This against a charm or a frighten
Is not
or a sleep.
Is that applicable?
You don't need to breathe, but you didn't specify that you weren't breathing.
Okay.
So, and as
Is
for if it is
it a sleep?
technically,
Then I can't, right?
Yeah, you can't be magically put to sleep. Keyword magic.
magically, okay, good on that one. Then I didn't fuck up, thank God. Kai,
So do I need to make the save or not?
you do need to save it
Okay.
because it's not magic.
I had to check.
Kai,
Tom,
I'm here.
roll a con
Roll.
save.
Constitution
Roll.
saving throw.
Constitution save and throw coming up. G. Corn save. Corn save.
Horn save.
Fuck, I'm not
It's
proficient.
corn.
As this smoke bursts outward and begins to fill your lungs, you feel your bodies become heavy like lead. And before you can react to stop the people, the Vishtani beginning to surround you, you fall to the ground,
Oh, damn.
unconscious.
17's not enough.
Yeah, no. You guys are level 10. Like, what? Of course I'm going to make it a higher DC. Jeez.
Hello there.
As I'm
Alright.
passing out, I'm just like, stand up here, you bastard.
The last thing you hear before you go unconscious,
The
and he goes,
Duchess.
well, I knew it would be a pain in the ass to get you to come home. The Duchess? Is that all you say?
So, but the Duchess.
Oh, but the Duchess. Kai, do you say any
I
words
said
before
that
you
I'd
pass
go
out?
there.
Do I say any words? Before I
I'm from the
pass out?
Feywild. My word means something.
Oh, yeah.
You're not Fey, though.
Eladrin are technically Fey Eladrin because Eladrin are high elves.
I just like slowly.
So I am
go,
Fey.
I see.
Didn't do it.
I didn't do it. Okay. And you
Also, I was raised in
all...
the Feywild, so I mean the word meaning thing doesn't necessarily just apply to Fey. When you're raised around it in the Feywild.
I'm sorry, Vex. I'll be getting to you soon here.
Hey, no worries, dude. I'm loving it so far.
He's been taking notes on how to judge us.
No.
He's been trying to decide if he's also just going to only tolerate Eillena.
Cringe.
Cringe. So here's what I'm gonna do, because I should have done it earlier. But let's take a quick tenor, because I gotta pee, and then we will come back and we will see what happens next.
Sounds great.
Alrighty.
I'll be right back.
Let's get a nothing personnel them before the smoke bomb happened. Eladrin would have a very cool nothing personnel kid. Alright, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Mark.
I'm back.
Vic.
You're finally awake.
So what's the over-under on how long before Barovia breaks, Eillena?
I give it a month.
Been around 270 years since Eillena fell into a winter Eladrin depression. It's gonna happen in the next couple months. Why do I feel like Inigo's gonna find it very cathartic if the Barovia does break, Eillena?
He'd probably be a bit concerned.
I do have to just say, I'm very glad you went along with the thing where I was like, he's gonna be so happy to see me. He always gets the smile on his face. Like he always gets that look on his face. You did exactly what I was hoping you would do.
Yeah, that look of dread that you don't know is dread.
Oh shit, not again.
Oh my god.
Mick?
Start it back up in like 3 or so minutes. Got me some ice cream.
Can't believe that Strahd is just throwing around a deck of many things on the landing screen here.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
drew all those cards.
He drew every card
He did
from the deck.
52 pickup with a deck of many things.
Have
I'm
fun.
hoping that the book of many things that comes out later this year is gonna have like additional deck of many things cards. I don't know that they've announced anything that's gonna be in it. I might have just missed it though.
I don't know.
Book of many things, what we know so far.
The deck of many things only has effects for all of the major arcana, right?
22 cards. That's all I know. Oh yeah. What does the book of many things include? The deck of many things. An actual illustrated card set to represent the deck of many things. It consists of the 22 cards that were originally described in the Dungeon Master Guide, along with 44 new cards.
Okay, so they're doing the minor arcana.
Yeah, so they're tripling the number of Deck of Many Things cards.
There's a tarot deck.
That's gonna be wild. I mean, among other things, it's not just a book for the Deck of Many Things.
I'm back.
It'd be 78 cards in total.
66.
Oh, they're missing some. There's 22 major arcana, and the rest of them are the minor, and then it's traditionally a 78 card pack.
Oh, so it's a box set like how the Spelljammer thing came. But where
Does
is
the
the
box set come with the cards?
Yeah, so this is it makes it sound like this is the regular box set. Like it comes with physical illustrated cards and 2 source books. I'm definitely gonna have to buy this one if it does come like this, because that looks really cool. It's in Groban.
Let me see. Oh, look at that Nilbog. Was that chicken
Nilbog.
pox before he decided to draw every card in the deck?
No, Chickenpox has just gone around. Chickenpox was originally one Nilbog, but he's just been merging every other Nilbog into him, reforming the original Goblin God that they lost, that they don't speak the name of.
That's his goal. He wants to become that goblin god again.
Yep.
It's like Lae'zel saying, I must ascend, but he's going to be the one that ascends. Fuck. God damn it, I hate when that happens. My shirt got hungry.
Shirt got hungry.
Yeah.
Oh, you dropped something on your shirt. Okay.
Yeah. That's what my grandma used to say. Alrighty. Everybody here?
Yep.
Yep. Deck died.
Yeah, I am here.
Alrighty. And I heard Beck say that he was back, so we're ready.
I am here.
Yes.
We will, after all of your knocking out, we'll cut over to the woods in quote unquote unspecified location. It'd be the woods in Barovia. Deep within the Savlik woods, we find an individual. Vex, if you would like to describe your character, please.
I would say that what you see is something, but you guys don't see it yet.
Fuck you, just say it.
Neodhan is this very fucking tall. I don't remember what the limit is for height. I wish I could surpass it, but I can't. Goliath, that I believe would be currently in a semi-permanent like tent location that is just looking down at the campfire, whittling away at a piece of wood. Trusty steed over by the side of the tent, just hitched against a horse. Not a horse, a tree, very sorry. But Yoda himself is wearing, well, I guess, not his armor currently, which is just lying against another set of wood that's just over the side of the tent. In his common clothes, but still with a hood on top of his head. Uh, very well. It is much like a Goliath would. Very intrinsically, sorry, English. Very nice looking tattoos on the face and the body. uh, but besides that, it seems to be not really expecting any company of any sort, especially none uh, non-hostile, especially around this area. But yeah, it's very casual currently.
Alrighty. So, from where you are at your semi-permanent campsite within the Savlik Woods, you would essentially be relatively south of the village of Barovia itself. As you're sitting there, whittling away, trying to make some sort of shape with your stick and your knife, you would notice a strange glowing in the woods near you.
Define strange.
As in, like, this is not something that you typically see. You're used to dealing with like wolves and like the occasional like undead, but like usually like a zombie or like a skeleton. Like this is out of the ordinary for you. It's this very very bright sort of like silvery white light.
All right, and it's far. How far away?
It's if you're like looking between the trees, it looks like it's about like 25 yards from like your campsite.
All right. In that case, he looks over to the horse and just he raises his hands. He just goes, legs, quiet. And then he starts putting on his armor, picking up,
Alrighty.
uh, probably the halberd, getting up and just after probably a couple of minutes putting on the armor, he just follows it, tries to see what's up.
Okay. you you would see if you're approaching this light, uh, you would see an orb about the size of like a softball, um, and it's just kind of hovering about 4 feet in the air. And when you like actually have like a full visual on it, it moves slightly closer to you, uh, but stops about like 10 feet away from you.
Does divine sense tell me anything about it?
Post divine sense for me real quick. Is it celestial, fiend, or undead?
Yeah, I
You
mean strong evil in general, I guess, something of the sort.
you sense not evil. You sense something innately good about this presence, and you know it to be celestial in nature.
Huh. Does it do anything besides just standing still, floating?
It You feel this uh, almost like a what would be the good way to describe it? Like you begin to feel like something trying to enter your mind, but not like invasively. Like it's not trying to like probe deep in. Like it's just trying to make a connection.
Ah,
So
okay.
ringing. There's a telephone ring.
Then
Yeah, there's a telephone ring now.
I'll pick it up. There you go.
Hey, you pick up the
Hello?
Oh,
telephone.
you're trying to
Mushy
ring.
mushy.
Moshi moshi. Oh, Ohio. No, you would hear in your head, in common, uh, follow.
Did it just starts off or?
Yeah, and then it turns around and just starts taking you in a
How
direction.
can a sphere turn around?
From where it was.
Every now and
Yeah, it turned around from where it was. It was spherically facing towards him, and now it's spherically not.
uh, I call the horse with the fucking fine steed stuff, and
I think that takes
I'll
10
follow
minutes.
Does it? No. To
No,
use
if it's
it? The
already
telekinetic?
summoned,
Oh, if it's
no, it
already
doesn't take
summoned,
10
yeah,
minutes.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just call him over and
You give
hop
him the
on and I
old Red
follow.
Dead whistle. Yeah.
Yeah, he just appears behind me on top of a tree or something.
Yeah, it's like Roach. Oh my god. Yeah, so you mount the horse and you begin to follow this orb. Um, over the course of what feels like many hours, uh, you being just slowly brought through the woods. As you go along, you do hear like the occasional distant howls of wolves, but they never seem to approach you. When you had first begun surviving within this place, this hellscape, you had been frequently assaulted by all manner of creatures, but over time they began to learn to not anymore because you simply were just unbeatable. Um, so in general, they do tend to keep their distance, but sometimes, like a pack might get bold and they'll attack your campsite, but it hasn't happened in quite some time, and nothing seems to want to come near you and this orb. Everything like expressly stays away from it. And after I want to say about let me calculate a little something here. After about we'll call it like 6 hours, maybe closer to 5 hours of travel.
That was a while.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're following this thing. Like every time that it feels like you have fallen behind, it would like pause and wait for you to catch up, and then just continue going. Not at a crazy pace either. Like the horse doesn't need to do anything more than what is it? The walking is like a canter, right? But then it's like a trot is right before a full-on run. So it kind of like a canter. So the horse is not going crazy fast at all. Uh,
I'm pretty
but
sure it
you do
goes
eventually
canter, trot, then gallop.
you
Walk,
canter trot.
trot, canter, gallop.
Okay.
Canter is 12 to 15 miles an hour.
Okay, I thought canter was the slower one.
Okay. So then more of a walk then, not a canter. I'm sorry, because of the trees. But yeah, so you would eventually reach a destination familiar to you, a place that you had been once before. Uh, the gates of Barovia. Um, and upon your arrival to the road just before these gates, you see lying in a circle, well, a semicircle of sorts, uh, three individuals with all of their belongings, just heavily unconscious, just in the middle of this road. And the orb floats over to them, does like three little circles around them, and then shoots up into the sky and seemingly disappears into the clouds above.
Not even a name, huh?
At this point, you three would begin to awaken.
Would
I'm just.
would I see
I hop off the
would
horse
I
and I
see
just
Neo
stand by
standing
it.
there?
So yeah,
I wake up face first in the dirt, and I just stand here.
What happened?
Yo, I got your invitation.
Do you immediately recognize me?
I
God
mean,
damn. What a good fucking memory.
5 years is nothing to an elf.
Yeah.
yeah, she would definitely remember you. The others maybe not so much, but yeah, Eillena instantly recognizes you.
I'm sorry, what?
If- We did the case together back in Waterdeep.
Waterdeep.
Is that Neo?
You do vaguely recollect these individuals. While it has been 5 years and your mind has been mainly filled with survival and not so much any interaction with humanoids, you do vaguely remember that you did speak to these strange people at one point, especially the elf. Something
Neodhan,
about her
why?
is hard to forget.
I,
Neodhan, why'd you disappear?
I vaguely remember you all. You're the nosy one. It points over to Neo.
I wouldn't describe
The
myself as nosy, but sure.
the weird one. Points over to the elf. And the foolish one there.
That's nice of you to say.
I don't think that's a nice thing, honestly.
There's
But
not enough weird stuff in the world.
well,
Are
perhaps it's
we?
a matter
I was next to
of
a fire.
perspective. Uh, are you all here by choice?
Nope.
Not really.
Damn.
We were gonna come here by choice. Well, we were gonna go somewhere by choice. We were gonna go to his home by choice. But then they threw things in a fire, and then the smoke made me tired, and it normally doesn't. But now I'm here.
That is a very odd assortment. Oddly specific too.
Yeah, we're
As he looks over to the sky again, trying to see the orb.
yeah,
You do
Eillena.
not
This
catch a
is
glimpse of the orb.
this is where we were going to go.
Oh, you knew we were going to Neodhan? Why didn't you say so?
I didn't know he was here. But
I've been here a while.
how long have you
Well,
been
I
here? How'd you
guess
get here?
that is a good question. But I guess first, I should perhaps welcome you all to Barovia. Good luck
Barovia.
living.
It's great to be fucking home. Yay.
Oh, this is your home.
Yep. Haven't been
Did you ever
here
mention
in
that prior?
quite a while. What?
Did you ever mention that
Never.
on the 5
I
years
only
part?
said I was
Okay.
from far away.
Alright. Huh. Well, I've been here a while, but how are you all feeling? We have a bit of a trek before reaching, well, where I made camp, if you'd like to go back there.
Oh, we're supposed to help some people that threw bombs in the fire.
Bombs in the fire?
Yeah. Yeah, we said we'd help them. And then they didn't like that we were asking questions about the person trapped in a carriage. So they threw bombs in a fire, and now we're here.
I'm afraid I know nothing about that.
We had bangles.
Some people do.
I probably could leave, but that would leave you guys here. So I'm
You
not
could
even-
leave.
It's because of my mother. She's a Vishtani. So
Oh,
we
She's
can
staying here.
come and go. But can't leave you guys here.
Oh, that's nice.
yeah, I was about to say thank you.
I do know for a fact that leaving is quite difficult. You may find it to be harder than you expected.
Well, it's natural for me. It's like going through a door. I've done it before.
That's so. Could he do it?
He can, yes. You would know from your time here. While you haven't had much human interaction, you've picked up on some stuff here and there. So you've not just fought wolves here; you've also fought werewolves, and some of them did not always get the opportunity to transform. So you were able to interrogate them, and you know that the Vishtani are the only ones allowed to leave this place. Otherwise, you're here, you're fucked. You're staying here until you die here.
And then
Is
you're
essentially what you've been
reborn,
told.
and then you're reborn, and then you're reborn.
It's good to
Yeah.
have you, special one, but us common folk can't really do that much. Glad to have you all, but do you have a reason to be here except for wanting to help some people throwing bombs in the fires?
Well, I do have a reason to kill my father, but beyond that.
They just said they needed help, and I like to help people. Plus, they had a cool show in their fire.
That is a good way to live. It will get you killed very easily. Be careful.
I've been alive longer than either of these two.
Perhaps you just haven't helped the right person yet then. Anyway, where's the closest city or town or whatever from here, Kenku?
The closest would be the town of Barovia itself. I would
Would it
say
be beyond my camp?
a little bit. So I'm
Okay.
having trouble right now because of like the new version of the module. It updated. I cannot. So I have this weird thing. The map, instead of just being able to reveal, it's explorable darkness, permanent darkness, hide, reveal, and then it says like rectangle or polygon.
Yeah, you're using New Darkness, which is the thing. It's the thing that I do, where if you put a token down, they have vision and give them vision.
Okay, I don't want to do that. How do I turn that off?
So if you go to on the left, if you open the darkness thing on the left, like on the toolbar,
Yep.
there should be two tabs on it. I don't remember what the names of them are, and you'll have to tell me for me to be able to help you.
There's explorable darkness and permanent darkness, but the permanent darkness is the only one that I'm permanently stuck on it. I can't do explorable.
All right, so if you go to, let me open another Roll20 room so I can actually see what the things are called.
Because like when I go to reveal an area, it's not revealing it for me.
What if I do this? Oh,
No, because if he has permanent, that's because explorable is explorable might be the no. You have plus. You have the middle one, whatever the middle one's called.
Can you see anything with this token of yours I just placed?
Who?
Inigo.
I put mine down, and I didn't see anything. I see nothing.
So if you go to darkness and you go to permanent darkness, what if you hit the reset button at the bottom? Reset permanent darkness at the bottom of the permanent darkness menu.
Yeah, I'm clicking that. It's not doing anything.
Okay, so the other thing is if you go up to the pages, like the different maps at the top, and you
Right.
hit the gear next to the map that you're on, you might be able to
Did that fix it?
Yep, I can see everything.
yep.
Very good. You would be
But now I'm broken, so I gotta fix
right
myself
over
real quick.
here.
Shift click.
Oh, shift click. Hold on. Blah.
There. Okay.
You're there. And your camp, I'm gonna take your icon for right now, and I'm gonna put you. You're over here. Actually, no, you would not be that close. You'd be like right there. That's the Neodhan camp. Neodhan camp.
All right.
And the village of Barovia is right
So
here.
tiny.
I mean,
Yeah,
I try to
it's
give
small.
Neo the balled up envelope. This was for you, but they gave it to me by mistake. So I guess I opened your mail, and I'm sorry.
It's no problem. I don't even know where they would send it to. Uh, but we are on the right side there. Well, it's quite a detour to get there. I guess if you, well, I could offer my help if there's anything that I could do to help you all, but I'm not sure what you have to do in here or what you're looking for. I believe the two of you, well, might as well start thinking about what you want to do with your new life, because getting out of here is, I, I would say
For you
impossible, but I
three, it's
doubt.
not possible unless you either convince Stradvan Zarovich or you kill him.
You said you just want us to roll on our back and just start a new life?
No, I did that already. I've been stuck on the material plane for a long time. So I already know what it's like to be stuck somewhere. So we'll take care of that. This isn't no.
If you need some help traversing to the city of Barovia proper, I could go with you.
Same. I've made that walk a few times. Though it's been
City.
quite a while.
But beyond
So tell
that,
me
yeah.
about this place. Why are you so sad? And you didn't want to come home.
Who are you specifically asking? Are you asking like
You?
I'm asking Neo why he's so sad about this
Oh,
place,
me?
and you why you didn't want to come home. Like, what's the deal with this place, basically?
The deal? It's a prison.
Well, so's the material plane. I've been trying to leave there for a long time.
Oh, but the material plane doesn't keep you in there. You have means to leave from
Yeah,
here.
but I can't go
There are no
home.
ways.
It's the same thing. I can't go home either place.
Well, I guess in your case, you would be a little less sad than most.
Are most planes not like that? I thought that's why I couldn't go home.
where are you
I
from
thought all
again?
places were like that. I'm from the Feywild.
It's strange. You should be able to come and go.
No, we tried. Couldn't go
Do we get
back.
do we get many Fays on Barovia? Do you have to deal with those two?
In your time here, you have explored around. So I guess my question for you is, how far out would you have explored?
Oh, extensively. It would probably
Extensively.
be to where I air quotes need to go as well, just to take a look around.
So,
Yeah.
like, you've probably been to Valaki. Uh, so you have in fact seen Fae around here, which
Yeah.
is you have, yeah.
Hmm. Well, I won't say anything about that though. I'm just thinking about it. There are Fae around here.
Like,
I
so
think.
no one can leave
Yeah.
here. I mean,
Well,
that's okay. That's not the worst thing.
some people can. Maybe there's a way for someone else to.
Like
Is
I
it
said,
bad? Like, would you want to
One that I
leave
would
here?
like
know.
I said, you either have to convince the Lord of the land or kill him. Good luck killing him.
No, we can ask him.
Good luck getting close. I've seen him from a distance once.
But like, what's so bad? Why is it so bad you can't leave?
As you're
What's wrong here?
saying this, you're noticing, Eillena, that even the road that you're on in between this like these large set of woods, you hear no animals besides like the occasional distant wolf howl. You see nor feel none of the usual sort of like happiness or what's the term for it? Like I guess like the vibrancy of nature. While things are not nearly as vibrant in the material plane, um, it could compared to the Feywild, they're muted. Here, it's as if it's just like gray, like or not even gray. Sorry, just like I guess black and white to you.
Okay, so this is to the material plane as the material plane was to the Feywild.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
This place just doesn't feel right to you. You don't see a lick of anything nice. And as you're just sort of like looking at your surroundings as you're talking to them, you notice that large storm clouds just permanently seem to hang in the sky above you. As well as
What?
looking back down the road away from the gates, there's just like this encompassing fog that is incredibly thick.
Hey, I think it's gonna rain.
No, it always does that. Sometimes it rains, sometimes it doesn't. Just always looks like that.
I got a little thing to read here. Hold on. The fog spills out of the forest and swallows up the road behind you. Ahead, jutting from the impenetrable woods on both sides of the roads, the high stone buttresses looming gray in the fog, huge iron gates hang from the stonework. Dew clings with cold tenacity to the rusted bars. Two headless statues of armed guardians flank the gate, their heads now lying among the weeds at their feet. They greet you only with silence.
I suppose we can start heading down the road to Barovia. Get some supplies. Let's get you guys situated in your new life.
Well, I need to go to my camp to get my things straight, but I can meet you there. The people are not too happy to see me too often.
The people aren't really people.
Whatever
That's
they
not
may
nice
be.
to say.
You don't get it. There are some people who are people, but a lot of them are. There's, it's, it's easier to explain when you see it.
Okay. So what? We got to talk to the boss guy. You said, and then he's the one that can let us leave. But we gotta find the people that we were gonna help first anyway.
Yeah. Got a
Your
job, I
friends.
suppose. The Vishtani thinks that the disappearances around Daggerford is related to the lord of this land. So I suppose we can start looking into that. But again, let's start making our way to Barovia.
Very well.
I'll hop on the
We're
horse
making our way downtown.
and I'll follow with them along for a little while, but once we reach this point, I'll just go downwards towards the camp and then I'll meet them back there. Should hopefully get there fast enough
Okay.
on the horse.
It seems like I was incorrect about how far because I mean how long compared to how far because yeah, but
A few
because
miles.
you took it more like roundabout, I guess. So like that was the way that it led you. It led you through the forest. So you went about
Mhm.
6 miles. But honestly, from what I'm reading, apparently someone can walk 3 miles in like an hour if there's like little to no elevation.
Yeah,
On
give or
Woods
take.
changes it normally by half, I think.
Oh, okay. So
And he's on a horse.
He's on a horse, and the horse is going to have to go slower because of the trees and not very clear paths. Okay, so maybe 5 would have been about right. So.
And I get a clear way to go.
Yep.
Which will take it just to get everything from the camp. At least the less permanent stuff. And come back unless there's something that happens on the way.
Alrighty. You guys begin following what is known as the Old Sovlik Road towards the village of Barovia. As you traverse this road, towering trees whose tops are lost in the gray mist block out all but a death gray light. The tree trunks are unnaturally close to one another, and the woods have the silence of a forgotten grave, yet exude the feeling of an unvoiced scream. And around where you are, you catch the scent of death on the air.
That doesn't smell good.
I
More
try to
common
look
than
for
you
a
think.
source of it.
Very well.
I
You
will attempt to help if possible.
make a perception check at advantage then if you're helping. Okay. As you walk further down the road, the foul scent leads you to a human corpse half buried in the underbrush about 15 feet off the road. The young man appears to be a commoner. His muddy clothes are torn and raked with claw marks. Crows have been at the body, which is surrounded by paw prints. The man has obviously been dead for several days. He holds a crumpled envelope in one hand.
You say crows surround the body?
Crows have been at the body.
Oh, crows have been at the body. Sorry. My Discord's been cutting in and out for some reason.
I'll grab the envelope and open it, see what it is.
Okay, hold on, I have something for this.
Is it Eillena's invitation?
No, 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 it's not. That
The
would
fifth
be
invitation.
quite hilarious. No, I have a handout for you. You just gotta give me a second. Let's see. Oh, there you are.
They really did accidentally send that to
Yeah, we found the fifth one.
Neo.
Oh no, I
I
cannot
can't read
it.
cursive.
Hail
I
thee
can read it
of
out to you.
might
Yeah.
and valor.
Yeah, I, the Burgermeister of Barovia, send you honor with despair. My adopted daughter, the fair Eillena Kyleana, has been, these past nights, bitten by a vampire. For over 400 years, this creature has drained the lifeblood of my people. Now, my dear Eillena languishes and dies from an unholy wound caused by this vile beast. He has become too powerful to conquer. So I say to you, give us up for dead, and encircle this land with the symbols of good. Let holy men call upon their power that the devil may be contained within the walls of weeping Barovia. Leave our sorrows to our graves and save the world from this evil fate of ours. There is much wealth entrapped in this community. Return for your reward after we have all departed for a better life. Kolyana Indrovich, Burgermeister.
So if you can tell crows have been out this body, it's obviously not like a skeleton. It's kind of,
No, so
I mean, like it's not
essentially,
super old.
so he's been like torn and raked with claw marks, and that's clearly what's killed him. But you could tell that whatever killed him did not feast upon him, but any sign of feasting upon his body has been done by the crows.
Very much post-mortem.
Yeah, it's very much post-mortem.
Can I tell if it was a wolf or a werewolf that killed him?
I think that would be probably an investigation check.
Which I believe I have advantage because I'm doing it within 1 foot. Let me double check.
You have a funny.
I have eyes of minute seeing.
There you go.
I thought it would be a
50.
good.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It'd be a good item for an investigator. With a 15, it seems lupine in nature. As to whether it belongs to that of a wolf or a werewolf, you're unsure. However, you do know, being a resident of Barovia, the woods is home to more than just simple wolves, as well as more than just werewolves. There are also dire wolves and other manner of creature in these woods.
Some kind of wolf-related entity, whether it be werewolf, direwolf, wolf,
A wolf weir.
wolf weir, yeah.
Can't say I heard of those. Wolf.
A wolf, yeah.
It could be Moon.
Could be a truck wolf.
Could be a disgruntled druid for all I care.
Wolf, disgruntled druid.
As you are investigating this corpse, you hear in the distance a lone howl.
How distant?
How distant?
Distant enough to where you should be worrying about it.
Yeah, unless you would like to find out, I'd say that continuing onwards is the best option here.
I could ask it if it knows what killed the guy.
Or you could end up just like him.
No, animals are friends.
You'll find that these woods hold more than just animals in them.
Yeah. It's possible that what if that wolf is not in fact a wolf, but rather a werewolf? They aren't necessarily friendly. We should keep moving.
Not if
Wait,
you
so-
treat them like that, they aren't.
So this guy is like taking this letter somewhere, or is he the guy saying or reading these things?
It seemed as if
Is he a courier?
he was
Like a
meant
burgomaster.
to. It seemed like he was like from with your investigation.
Was he wearing a McDonald's apron?
No, he was heading in the direction of the gate when he was attacked. You think that maybe the letter was to be left for whoever next came here,
Oh no, he's
Hmm.
Carl Jr.
and Hardy's.
Oh my god.
Well, just spur the horse and go. Let's go. Let's keep moving. Unless you want to dive into the woods.
I'll
find
keep an eye
more.
out for whatever's been howling.
I'll also be on the lookout for
Very
wolves.
well. You continue down the road. The howling does happen again when you reach around this point, but it sounds further than before. Perhaps whatever was heading in your direction has caught a different scent or has chosen not to investigate your little group.
The village is already within eyesight, right?
Technically, yes, because that is
2 miles.
2 miles. I would say, as you sort of come within
Is-
eyesight of the
Is
village,
Barovia flat? Or is it curved? Like a
2 miles is within the curvature.
yeah. I'm just wondering because if Barovia is on a flat plane, that would mean you can see a lot further than 3 miles.
Isn't Barovia part of Ravenloft? Because Ravenloft is a whole fucking planet.
Ravenloft
Right.
is the setting, but technically Barovia slash Ravenloft is a domain of dread. Out of character.
Hmm.
But
It
look, you
was
could
from
see
somewhere before.
it was from somewhere, yeah, but it is no longer. It is its own thing. You could see there's elevation over here. Like these are supposed to be.
I'm not talking about elevation. I'm talking about Like, is it curved like a
He's a
planet?
flat earther. He wants to know if
Like, is it flat like Earth as a flat plane, or is it curved like a globe?
You're asking if it's flat like the Earth.
It's
yes.
I will kill you.
No, he's asking if it is
No.
actually
I
flat or not.
understood. I understood. I just wanted to fuck with him. I don't know. It's a question that ponders thinking, because I think it's just kind of assumed that it's the same as it would be if it were any other like part of a planet. It's just the ends of it are covered in fog. So yeah, it's curved.
Like this.
Assuming it's the same radius as Earth, that means limit of about 3 miles of vision.
So
Okay.
Barovia
Yeah.
is right in the middle.
So Inigo, because it's been a while since you've been home, so to speak, you'll notice that the village of Barovia seems to have grown slightly in size, and the village now has walls around it, which it didn't before. However, they're very rudimentary and made out of like logs and stuff, with occasional little towers as like guard posts.
Nice.
The stuff you can get done in a couple lifetimes. Those are new. All right, let's keep going.
Well,
So could I technically go down there, get my stuff, and come back to meet them?
yeah, you can go and do that. You can split
Alright.
off from them and head down to go get your stuff.
I'll do that.
You should guys head towards the village of Barovia. Hold on. Hmm. Hmm. Chapter 3. Hold on. Oh, there we go.
So is this where your friends are that we're supposed to be helping? Where do your friends live?
Where do the Vishtani usually live?
Just outside of Valaki.
Where's Valaki?
Valaki is over here.
Ah, no,
And
they're over by probably the largest lake in the land. Well,
which
I
is like
say
Zarovich.
I say probably the largest lake, Lake Zarovich, named for the lord of the land.
Pretty far. A few days away.
That it is. Let's see. Um, so in addition to the walls, tall shapes limb out of the dense fog that surrounds everything. The muddy ground. Oh, that's right. Because of the fog, you can't see as far. Silly me. The muddy ground underfoot gives way to slick, wet cobblestones. The tall shapes become recognizable as village dwellings. The windows of each house stare out from pools of blackness. No sound cuts the silence except for the mournful sobbing that echoes through the streets from a distance.
Whoa!
As you approach the gate and walls of the village of Barovia, you would see a lone humanoid wearing what seems to be just like very like patchwork sort of hide armor with a pike, and he's just kind of like resting on the pike, sleeping.
I'll start studying this individual, see if I can tell if they're husk or not, because it takes me a bit to figure it out.
Hello, wake up! We need
Ah,
to get in.
you need you need to get in.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen you
How are you?
around before. I'm okay. As you're listening to the guy talk and just looking at him, yeah, he's a husk.
I'll roll my eyes and just like, is the gate open or is it closed?
No, it's closed.
Yeah, we need to get in. It's good you're doing good.
Thank you. Why do you need to go in?
Because that is where the village is.
It is, yes.
And the village is on the road, and the wall is around the village.
You are required to open up the gate for us, guard. Do it.
No, he's not.
You have to pay the tithe.
Do I?
Yes, you have to pay the tithe.
Do you know who I am?
I do not.
Von Schrodiner? Does that name ring a bell?
For the first time, you actually see some sort of emotion on this man's face, and it is just fear. Von Schrödinger? Of course, very sorry. And he will immediately open the gate. You do not need to pay. Why would you need to pay?
Remember,
What do you say to make him so scared?
my name. Remember, guard. Tell no one of this.
Of course.
I'll just kind of like, as I'm walking past him, I'll do that like classic high school bullying shoulder bump.
Well, I'm sorry he ran into you. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay, that's good.
To both Kai and Eillena, Inigo has never done something like this before. This is seemingly very out of character for him.
Nico, you're normally not as happy as I am, but you don't normally be mean to people like that.
He's not alive. He used to
Uh,
be.
No, he sure looked alive to me.
Yeah, it's interesting on how little it takes for them to keep functioning. His soul's withered away into nothing.
Can I insight check Inigo?
Sure.
Because I've never seen him be so mean about to like people or
What would
this
I
down on life.
what would I roll? I'm not deceiving or not persuading. I'm just being.
Um,
Roll being.
I guess. Well, because you're telling her that this is what it is, and
I mean,
you
it's kind of persuasion.
Yeah, I
it's
guess.
persuasion, yeah. So, yeah, you feel like there's definitely something more to this. He's being mean for some reason, and he won't say why, but it's definitely not because that guy's actually a husk.
Are you
You think he might be mad that he's home.
you're this mad because you're home? I don't get that though. I've been trying to go home.
in some
You don't like your
ways,
home, I guess.
in some ways, I hate home. On other ways, I'm glad to be home because that means I can finally do what I've been putting off for a few decades now.
Taxes?
Taxes. I don't have to pay taxes.
The
Not
IRS
even on your
disagrees.
investigations?
No, the investigations I did here were a bit more of an official capacity than the ones I did in Waterdeep.
Oh, you're a cop.
Uh, not cop,
You
but
know, if you're a cop, you have to tell me it's the law.
more private. I guess private investigator. More personal scout for distance. But
Let's be real. You were
yeah,
inquisitorious.
I was an inquisitor. But that was another life.
With another wife.
I'd like it if you don't like hit the people like that. It's not nice, even if you don't think they're people.
Oh,
Maybe they think they're people.
I definitely won't hurt anyone who's well. I won't treat anyone who is alive like that. But the husks, You'll get it eventually.
I mean, I can't make you like them, but can you like try not to just like run into them like that?
Look, even vampires don't drink their blood. Just something off about
So
it.
vampires never drink my blood. You want to run into me?
Because you haven't had an encounter with a proper vampire before. Which, by the way,
What? There's vampires here?
did you not? We read the note. The
Did it actually say Oh, it said yeah, it did say vampire.
There's a lot of
Oh, I thought
vampires here, and it's probably best we try to not draw attention to ourselves as we walk through
Yeah.
this crowd.
I can do the sneaky thing you told me to work on.
Yep, exactly.
You would see as you're like walking down the main street through the sort of like crowds of of husks. You do see some distance down, not dressed in patchwork sort of hide like the gate guard was. You see, God, I guess the best way to describe them is, please tell me you've seen Castlevania. And if you
Yeah.
have, the default soldiers for Dracula. So they're just a bunch of like guys in full plate walking around.
Right.
However, they have a crest that they wear on like a surcoat. Give me a second. I have a note for it because it's important. Give me 1 sec.
Those ones?
Okay, found it. The crest. Ba, 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 ba. The crest looks like a boar with a spear running through it from mouth to end.
Do I recognize the crest?
That you do. It is of. Hold on. Ah, there we go. It is of House von Ebba, and that is the house in charge of specifically Barovia.
Fuck. I'll
And
kind
it
of.
is supposed to be a stucked pig is their crest.
I'll pull up my hood, and just kind of try to blend into the crowd as much as I can. Let's avoid those guys.
I too will pull up my hood, following my friend Nico's lead.
You wanted to say your best friend?
I didn't say best friend earlier, but that's what the noble said afterwards.
Love that.
Um, as you sort of like move through the crowds, you do manage to avoid them. Nico, you haven't been here again in a number of years, but you do remember that the guards, well, not the guards, but the soldiers of the house tended to not like interfere with like the quote unquote comings and goings inside of like the establishments, because the whole logic was, even though they're husks, you still need something to placate the masses. Uh, and thus they never like bother anyone in the tavern. And there's only one tavern here. You know that to be the Blood of the Vine Tavern. Would also be a good spot to wait for Neodhan to join you.
All right, let's get some supplies at the general
Seatbelts.
store, and then meet Neodon at the tavern.
Sounds good.
The general store would actually be right here,
Across the street. Excellent.
right across the street. Yeah. So as you head towards it, uh, you would see this building. The sparse light from this building spills out from behind drawn heavy curtains. A sign over the door creaking on its hinges reads Bildrath's Mercantile. Ba, 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 ba. As you enter the building, hold on. In this very dim lit sort of like general store, you'd see who you can only assume to be the owner, Bildrath, this really, really like disgusting looking old man, just covered in warts, missing teeth. He's got like one dead eye, tufts of hair that seem to be like seemingly coming out of his ears. Hello, what can I do for such honored customers as yourself on this fine day?
I'll start kind of analyzing her, see if I can get a gauge on husk or no husk.
Hello. I'm
It
just
is
here to look.
okay. It is a he, by the way. But uh, kind of hard to read on the husk bit with this one.
I'll play it safe and pretend it's human.
It.
We're here for some supplies. My friends here are new arrivals, and I'm a returning resident.
Ah, I see. It would appear as though the Count has grown bored again.
Count.
He like raises an eyebrow as if like the Count of these lands.
Oh, is he the guy in charge?
Yes, the lord of the land.
Oh, you said Lord earlier.
Yeah, Count Lord. Is there like a sort of like taboo of like avoiding saying his name, or
The people, husk or otherwise, tend to refer to him as merely the devil or the dreadlord. They do not call him Strad von Zarovich. And sometimes you would remember from your like inquisitorial days, uh, those that had that spark sometimes kind of like in Harry Potter wouldn't give a fuck and they'd say his name anyway, but it was a really good way of giving themselves away.
yes?
What about like the lake? Because you said the lake had the same name earlier.
It is Lake Zarovich, yeah, but they
But
don't
like when
refer
people
to
refer
their.
to it.
They would still call it Lake Zarovich, yeah,
But it's
Okay.
not referring to the Dreadlord. It's referring to the
yeah,
lake.
Right, so it's not like
yeah,
that you don't say that word at all. You just don't say it referring to him.
yeah. You don't. It's like nobody's just gonna be like, oh yeah, Strad von Zarovich or Count von Zarovich. No, it's the Count, the Devil, or the Dreadlord. Those are like the main three. You hear
Even
anything
the puppy
else?
name.
No, you will not hear that. I can promise you. That's entirely too cheesy.
Yeah, the
So,
Dreadlord. Again, they're new arrivals. They don't know the ways yet.
they will learn. It is only a matter of time. And if they do not, then they will be dead. So, is there anything in particular that you would like to purchase from my humble mercantile?
Do you sell any food?
I do.
I'll buy that.
I'm assuming you mean rations.
Just whatever.
He has what seem to be several bottles of wine kind of like on a rack on the counter off to the side, covered in a heavy layer of dust. And he has essentially like ration packs.
Yeah, I have to buy the wine.
You have to
Yeah, I'll
buy
take a
them.
look at the wine. Is
I'm
it the
legally required.
Barovian wine?
Uh, it is. You see on the lower part of the rack 4 bottles of Red Dragon Crush, and on the upper one, Champagne de l'Estampe.
Yeah, I'll. Which one would I prefer?
Red Dragon Crush is by far more common, but a fan favorite. However, the Champagne de l'Estampe is more reserved for those who can afford it.
All right,
It's an
The Red
probably.
Dragon
equally
Crush is
decent wine.
I'll take the de la Stomp
Very
and look at
excellent
it.
Is there
Look at
choice.
the bottle.
prices
Give me a
listed or
second on
anything?
that. Yeah.
And
So
Red
in
Dragon
terms
Crush
of like,
isn't even the super cheap one, right? Isn't there
mm,
another one that's like the
there's like
swill?
there's like the grape mash one.
Okay. So it's not like either of these are the awful one.
No, it's not the awful one. Hold on. How much should wine cost?
It's not a lot,
It's not a lot, right?
unless you're buying the good stuff.
Oh, purple grape mash is the shitty one. Um,
A common one is 2 silver. The fine wine is 10 gold on the PHB.
yeah, fine wine is 10 gold. Yeah, so
Yeah, I'll drop the 10 gold on the de la Stomp.
that
I'll
one is
buy
actually 25.
Oh, 25 gold. I see.
Yeah, 25
I'll
for the
buy
case.
one expensive and 2 of the Dragon Crush.
All right, yeah, the Dragon Crusher 10
Is
piece.
45.
Yep, yep. Excellent
Oh, it's been
choice.
quite a while since I've had de la Stomp.
It is. And like it's so funny because like years here, that vintage was made over 20 years ago, so it should have aged quite finely.
Oh, so
Can I
young.
figure out if 20 years ago is about the time I left in terms of Barovia time, or is it?
That's a weird one. That technically, because it's a domain of dread, I could have it be whatever I want. However, I've heard that it can work like the Hells slash the Feywild, or it just goes with the normal time. For the case of this, though, you haven't been here in a while. I'm just going to say it goes normal time. So when you would have left here,
Would have been when I left
it's
here.
would have been when you left here. Yep.
All right. So this was made after. Okay.
He says 20 years, but I would say the label seems like it is from way more than 20 years ago. And with how heavily caked in dust these are, yeah.
I think this is actually from before I was born.
My memory is not what it used to be. It could be older.
I get the feeling that this person is one of the living people, but they're on the verge of becoming a husk. Like in another
Can you help
generation
with
or
anything?
two.
Could be.
Are you okay? You're talking really slow.
I am. This is true. But it's because I need to think of the words at such an age as my own.
That's fair. Oh yeah, I'll also buy.
Yep. Yeah.
I'll buy that much as well, probably.
Yeah. 30 days is 15 gold. Yeah, that applies.
If there's enough rations for us to both buy that much.
6 days worth of rations. You end up buying out his stock.
Can't wait to give these away.
Amazing. Oh, I just realized it's a bit after 12. So let me try and wrap this up a little bit here. Are you purchasing anything else from this individual?
That's it for me.
I'll buy a tent.
Buy a tent. How much is a tent?
5 gold?
5 gold? Yeah,
Can
that
be,
sounds
something
It
about
like
depends
right.
on if it's a 2-person or a 4-person.
I'll buy a 4-person because there's 4 of us.
So that is the 5 one or the 10 gold one?
I don't think that is counted for. I think that the thing only
Can't remember
counts up
which
to
book
two,
it's in.
2-person
people.
tent is
No,
2
there's a
gold.
4-person.
Oh,
2
okay.
gold.
Yeah,
So
there's a 4-person one in another book.
yeah, so he'll just say 5 for a 4-person tent.
All right.
Hi, are you buying anything before I finish this?
No.
Okay. I'll say after that, you head across the street into the Blood of the Vine Tavern, and you would end up shortly afterwards meeting Neodhan there. And that is where I will call it for tonight.
Very good.
Very gooby. Very booby.